dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the it too far to say that we cannot pretend now? Was it never enough to have just everything you want? In your shadow I found a place to hide me from my own thoughts. And if I ever got lost, you find a way to bring me home. And I want something I can hold that's worth this waiting cold. And I want something that is real, something to make me feel alive.
Hello and welcome to our best of 5 against UT today. I'm Chewett and
I'm Emka, and we're gonna be bringing you this best of 5 here today for the semifinals of CLoL, right?
oh yeah, the semifinals of CLoL. If UTD wins today, they will play a best of 5 tomorrow against whoever wins the other side of the bracket. Yeah. Sorry for the delay. We're a little bit late. We're about to get into draft here. Just a second. Here we go. Still waiting. They haven't started it just yet, but we can start talking about it. We got UTD on blue side. We got UT on red side.
I mean, so a lot of the blue side picks UTD really likes. Like, I know in pro play right now, Azir is basically first pick or pick ban.
Yeah.
Yuumi is also one of those champs that I don't know if UTD will play it, but I mean, I'd assume they would if it's open. There's a lot of strong ADCs as well that you could pick, like Ballista early. You could pick Lucian,
Caitlyn
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen UTD will pull out maybe they'll pull out Tom and Jerry again, Yuumi Twitch.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Because Yumi's pretty strong right now. Like Ashe isn't bad. I think MF is still pretty playable. Kaisa is good. There's a lot of things that are ADC is like pretty
open.
There's a lot of things you can play right now. Supports is like also I feel like fairly diverse. Like you can play like the enchanters. You can play like
Engage.
Yeah, you can play like Yuumi and enchanters with like. I don't know.
I mean,
but
I mean, the real enchanters
I don't even know what to say.
Are just like Renata, Yuumi are the two main ones. But like I guess mostly you see engaged champs these days. I know, or Nami if it's with Lucian. That's the other enchanter.
Yeah.
I haven't seen as much of Lulu recently. I know it's been popping up a little bit.
There's a lot of like Lulu Aphelios at Worlds right now. Obviously, we're like 2 patches ahead of that, but I don't know. There's not as many Chinese Aphelioses on the NA server, so I don't know if we'll.
I mean, we have definitely
see that.
pretty cracked. Maybe we'll see definitely Aphelios here, but yeah, we're still waiting on this draft to start. I'm assuming that there'll be some. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. They are getting into draft. Never mind. Okay.
All right.
Blue is up to ban. Aatrox is going to be banned out pretty quickly here. I believe UT's top laner, Pulse or plays Aatrox a lot, so that makes sense. Aatrox is very blind pickable. He's like the highest presence at Worlds. Caitlyn ban, strongest AD carry right now in my personal opinion in pro play, so that makes a lot of sense.
I like this ban strategy from UTD, just banning out the strong top laners because I think they're comfortable with the fact that definitely can just pull out whatever bot lane counter pick he wants to. And then obviously Yoshiwi has a specific top lane champion pool, so they want to make sure Yoshiwi can get the champs that he wants. And it looks like they're just target banning out
top lane against bot lane right now, and then Graves is gonna be the jungle ban.
Hey, Graves is technically a top laner.
Yeah, Graves has a lot of play at Worlds right now. He's still really strong on the patch. They've nerfed Eclipse, but they haven't really touched Graves. Graves is super strong if you can play it. Farms well. If he's ahead, he'll take over the game. If he's behind and farms up, he's still fine. Does a lot of damage. He's just really solid.
Just everything you want a jungler to do, right? He can like even go in level 1 and just invade some junglers.
Yeah, and then we have a third AD carry ban against Deathly, and the first pick Yuumi is looking like the lock-in here for B1.
Yeah, I was talking about this earlier, and like Yuumi is just such a good champion, especially when these are like slower games, and definitely tends to just get a lead on his own, right? So I think Yuumi is a really solid choice for UTD.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are pickable with it too, like especially like MF and Ezreal, pretty good with Yuumi.
Twitch
Twitch is pretty good with Yuumi.
Who else? I know some people are playing Kalista Yumi, but I think that's like it's
Kalista
banned.
Yumi is whatever. Yeah, mainly I've seen a lot of like Twitch Yumi, Ezreal Yumi.
Oh, the LS response here. Okay, so I know LS talked about this a ton on the stream. It says if you see Yumi, just match it with like Soraka or Sona, and you just get similar scaling. Yumi can't really punish you in lane. I don't know. I think Sona is like really high win rate in solo queue, but like.
Oh, Sivir Yumi. Yeah, I didn't. That was the one. That was like the thing.
Oh yeah, Sivir Yumi. How can we forget Sivir? That champ's so broken, dude.
Well, she's actually not nearly as good as she was a couple patches ago, but Kindred gonna be the second pick here for Red Side. Yeah, I don't really know. Kindred's like pretty solid if you have a Kindred player on your team, which I'm assuming UT is a Kindred player on their team. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen UT play in a while.
The thing with Kindred and like these kind of carry jungler picks is a lot of times your mid laner has to be good at facilitating, and I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure who's playing mid lane for UT right now, but I'm assuming that when you pick Kindred, you have to pick a mid laner.
The Leaguepedia said it was Crynow.
Okay, it's probably Crynow then. Yeah. I don't know. Does Crynow play like EF and like supportive mid laner picks, or is he just gonna?
He plays a lot of like melee mids, and he plays like Victor. He can probably play more of the control mages. But in solo queue, he's definitely like an assassin player.
Okay, looks like it's going to be the Ezreal for Deathly here, and it will be a Jarvan. I'm assuming this is just going to be Jarvan jungle or Barrel.
Oh yeah. Jarvan top is not really a super common thing.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be seeing Yoshiwi play it, but it is going to end up being a Sejuani lock in here. That's probably going jungle. I don't think we've seen Yoshiwi play too much Sejuani top, but you know, it's a thing you see a lot at the highest level.
And I remember the last time I casted both games, Barrel picked Sejuani. The last games that I casted, and it will be the Seraphine lock in. This is a lot of healing and shielding coming out here from UT. What do you think? What do you think about this?
I kind of like the Seraphine Kindred mid jungle duo. Seems pretty interesting. It scales really well. I guess it depends on what the mid matchup will be, but I think Seraphine has pretty good wave clear, so she could definitely get prio to help Kindred get those marks and maybe get a lead early.
It could be Seraphine ADC. As well,
it could also be Seraphine ADC,
which would be unconventional, but I've seen it work before. I'm sure like Luxona of the past, right? It's a similar concept, right? Where you just scale and you just get infinite healing and shielding, and along with like a carry jungler and maybe some other hyper carries on the team, you can like really get this deadly death ball going. So I actually really like Red Side's draft a lot. I'm assuming UTD would probably want to find some more poke to go along with this Ezreal Yumi. They have engaged from Sejuani already, so I'm surprised Azir is still on the table. A champ.
Yeah, Silas gonna be banned out. Grussel plays a lot of that. Cinder gonna be banned out. Ever since they had her little mini rework, she's been top of the tier list. She's really, really strong. The extra Q you get, like you have like the 2 charges of Q. There's a lot more like kill pressure. Yeah. A lot more thresholds. Different setups. Aurelia ban. They're still continuing to ban out the top laner here. That's gonna be 4.5 top lane bans. 5 if you were playing in last season.
And oh my god, what is
so that is going to be Seraphine AD carry. Seraphine Sona bot lane. That's a lot of AP. They're putting a lot on Kindred's shoulders here in this draft.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I mean, the Azir might be coming out as a response to the Swain. This comp from UT is so drain tanky. You know, they just have so much healing with the Swain and the Seraphine and the Sona. They can just out heal all the damage. They'll live forever if the UTD has to fight into them. Yeah,
it's not a lot of upfront damage, so if UTD gets ahead, then UT is just gonna like blow up and die, and they don't have a chance to like get that sustain and like value out of their comp that they want. So UTD is definitely gonna look to try and crush them early on here.
I do actually like the like not taking Azir, because having poke against like sustain is the main answer into poke, right? You can just heal off any poke damage once it's done. So Akali makes a lot more sense because you can just go in and one shot one of the...
Is this gonna be a Bel'Veth lock-in? Oh, it is gonna be Sejuani top.
Okay, so before this you were saying Yoshi we would never lock in Sejuani top.
Well,
could be
yeah, he personally told me that Sejuani was a champion that he should learn and he was not learning, but I guess he will be pulling it out today.
Oh my god, dude. So
I guess he either learned it or he's just they really want to play Bel'Veth jungle. So
wait, okay, this Alawi, okay.
Mundo.
Wait, this
that's pretty interesting. This is UGDs is like a little like I can see this in a pro play draft. It's like a little bit odd. Like there's like definitely some pieces where you're like some exciting pieces here. Like Yumi Ezreal is always like, I guess Yumi is not that exciting. I like seeing Yumi in drafts, but like, because I think it like makes for, like an interesting scaling composition and like enhances champions in a way that you don't always see. It is Yumi, so it's like pretty tilting when like they just like you just see somebody running around at the speed of light one-shotting people. So I can understand people's qualms with Yumi. Like I hate playing against Yumi, but seeing Yumi in pro play is always pretty interesting. I think. Bel'Veth also a pick that you will see in pro play, but it's like a conditional pick. And then UT's comp is just like you sometimes see Kindred if like you have Kanabi playing jungle, and then like you see Seraphine AD carry pretty commonly, and then everything else is just like I don't know. It's so
like
crazy.
A pretty disjointed draft, to be honest. I mean, they have a lot of like good pieces on their own. Like you'll see it a lot in pro play where they pick drafts like this, where they have lane prio, they have strong lanes, they can get a lot done with them. But if they ever fall behind, their team comp doesn't really have a strong identity. They don't have like a simple idea of what they can do. Whereas UT's draft, they can just play front to back team fight, just win like most of the time if they are ahead. Right?
Yeah, but we were talking about how this comp doesn't have a lot of like upfront damage. So if they do get behind and they can't live early on against UTD, they will get crushed pretty quickly.
Right.
Because like Seraphine Sona, if you like build MR early against them, like for instance, like Sejuani gets ahead and she gets her MR items like Mertrez and her Mythic. Like Sona, Seraphine is gonna have such a hard time dealing damage, and then they pick Swain. And if Kindred's behind, then you're lacking a lot of like AD in your comp. So there's just gonna like if UTD can get ahead and get like their first couple items, then I think it can be pretty hard for UT to team fight them initially. But if they survive long enough into this game, then their comp is gonna look really ridiculous. Like nobody's gonna die at all, and UTD's comp is just gonna look a little silly probably.
Yeah, UTD's comp really has to get ahead early. I think that's their MO for this game here. And there are a lot of things like about UTD's draft that will do really well when they head. Like for example, Akali with Elite is one of the scariest champions in the game, right? That Akali can just go in, one-shot one of the enchanters, and like what is UT gonna do? They like lose a lot of their team fight power when that happens. So I think it'll be a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, I think Yumi Akali is also a pretty interesting.
Yeah, true.
It's like Akali can like shroud, and then like buy enough time for like Yumi to get there, and then like go inside of Yumi, and then you have like Yumi on you, and you like burst out onto the back line.
Give Yumi extra survivability.
Yeah.
That, so that's pretty helpful.
I remember seeing it, and like it looked so ridiculous when T1 played EDG in groups. They had I think they had Sivir Yumi, and then they had Akali mid lane, and I just remember seeing like Faker running around the Keria like underneath the tier 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is silly.
Yeah, Yumi is one of those champions where just creates so many silly game states, especially if you're ahead. Like as long as you have one player who's really strong in the game, Yumi can just make that champion look unbeatable. Like,
oh yeah, Yumi tends to make champions that are ahead look really unbeatable. So
yeah, and I think we'll be getting into game pretty soon. We'll probably be back with a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the game pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mid condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place, and it'll be a kitchen. This how we flow to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gon' stop. I hit a 3, now we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. There ain't one player out doing just like me. Heart rate froze, check the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work when nobody see it, but I ain't feel the stress, I know it's meant to be. 30 beats, I'm on a killing spree. I made every song in my discography. Yeah, that's every cent, every dollar. I ain't tryna listen to a broke scholar. Making moves to make the money taller. To the cash topping on the Eiffel Tower. Labels calling, I won't wear the collar. With my own drive, I can take it farther. Do it myself, don't ever bother. Been self-made now, shout out to my father. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the later, my aim moving small.
Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through the pain. Keep on grinding till we die. Ain't no mercy in this life. There's nowhere left to run away. No, there's nowhere left to run away. Run away, run away, run Getting stronger every day. Do the bullets and the flames, but the fire's in your eyes, and there's no place left to hide.
All right, we're gonna get into game 1. 15-second mark is gonna pass here. We're gonna start our level 1s into a pause very
Instant
quickly.
pause.
So that's great. Hopefully this resolves pretty quickly. Okay.
Alright.
We have some bathroom Johns coming in the chat here.
So we got some Neel in the
Yeah.
chat. We got some Connect 4 banter in the chat as well.
Yeah, before draft they were allegedly playing Connect 4. So
Yeah, you know, down here in the South, we have like a pretty good relationship between the two schools. There's a lot of friendships, a lot of rivalries between these two teams. So
yeah, some of these players play. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. It's not Cry Now playing mid. It is Sonder, who I actually have played with before.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I know Sonder. Yeah.
yeah. He played in the UT tournament over summer, like one of the LoL UTD tournaments.
Yeah, I feel like I played against him. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, okay, we were talking about this like off stream, but like I think this UT draft is like I was calling it a psychopath draft. It kind of is, or not a psychopath, a sociopath draft. That's what it is.
Yeah, this like draft, like I feel like low key is like so hard to play before like 15 minutes before first item. It's such a weird.
Yeah, I mean, Mundo like actually beats Sedge pretty hard though. The top lane, I don't know. I think top is gonna have prio. Mid is gonna be weird because it's honestly a skill matchup. I think.
Yeah, Sonder's pretty good. I haven't seen him play in competitive. I've obviously like played with him, and he's pretty solid. But that was against like maybe like Diamond, some Master mid laners. So, and then I guess that's like about the skill level of Grussel. But Grussel I feel like usually plays above his rank, in my opinion. Oh. Well, we have unpaused, but
Technical issue here.
it should be resolved fairly quickly. Don't worry. I'm sure nothing will happen. Yumi looks like she's about to throw a B at Swain.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Man. Gonna get a quick pull there. Swain gonna get a little bit of value out of that. Trading a little bit of damage on the level 1. Some mana flow procs are probably coming in.
Also some first strike goal.
Oh my. Yoshiwi gonna be playing Lost Ark on that one.
Yeah, so fun Yoshiwi fact. Whenever we play a game, he's always like has another game open and he's doing daily.
It's actually always Lost Ark.
Yeah, it's
but-
either like Lost Ark or even a Genshin phase where he just did. I don't even remember actually, but
Well, ever since Lost Arks came out, that's like been his
yeah, that's
thing.
his game.
Like don't get me wrong. Like he does play a decent amount of League of Legends, but he also plays a lot of Lost Ark. So
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
And, yeah, I'm interested to see how this lane is gonna go, because, like, yeah, while pre-15 it's really hard to play the right size comp. I don't know. I feel like how is Ezreal Yumi gonna punish Sona Seraphine as Yumi? Like, they're the lane you pick when you think you're gonna get punished.
I don't know. I think it's a misconception that Yumi is like bad in lane. It's like if there's nothing to like punish Yumi, like an engaged tank, I feel like Yumi is like super strong in lane. Because the Q's like low-key do a lot of damage, and you have like a lot of sustain. And like the ult gives I feel like gives a lot of kill pressure at 6.
CC, and like also a lot of Yumis are going for more of like an AP build these days with like Ludens, which does give them even more damage. So I'm curious to see what build Hukuri will go this game, but
probably actually not sure. It's probably AP just because that's like what is meta, but you know I've seen Hukuri, he adapts his builds like quite a bit, but I'd assume it's probably AP.
I know everyone flames Grievous Wounds, but I feel like you have to get inspired this game, like for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't get it.
Yeah, Putrefier good against Seraphine, Sona, basically everybody. Even Kindred heals like a little bit.
Yeah, and she has Conquer as well, so like
it's like a must. Like low key, you could go Putrefier first here.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be that bad.
Yeah, I honestly like rush Thornmail top lane. Not rush it, but like I'll get Bramble.
Yeah.
Actually, but it's not even good in the lane, so I'm not sure. His window does mainly magic damage. One back.
Mainly magic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Bramble is like a pretty feels bad buy. I don't know if you'd really want it, but you might. I don't think he would build it because he has Ignite, so I actually don't think he'd build Bramble here.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, like, you're never gonna be the way you proc Thornmail, right? Is you have to CC them to get the bonus Grievous Wounds.
We also have to build the full Thornmail, which is like I don't think this like Sedge Wani always wants to do. At least
it's expensive.
It's expensive. It was like you want to do it, but like you don't always have the gold for it.
The problem is like none of these champs on the side really build Grievous Wounds aside from you. Like you can go like Chain Sword on like Ezreal if you're doing the degenerate like.
Kindred is hovering top lane here. We'll see if this is gonna be a kill. Looks like Bel'Veth is gonna start moving up to cover it a little bit. Kindred is aware that something is a little bit. Oh. The Barrel gonna be standing on a ward here. Kindred is just gonna back inside of the inside of the Herald pit. I guess nobody's gonna go for the bottom scuttle. I'd assume that Bel'Veth would start moving down for it here. Sonder gonna have to respect the presence of Bel'Veth.
Bel'Veth was spotted on that ward earlier.
Yeah.
Gank was pretty illegal.
Yeah, Swain got some Swain got Prio on the mid wave and then put that ward down. Yeah. But Barrel's gonna take away the crab here and double crab Kindred, so off to a little bit of a lead.
And for Kindred, getting crab is super important because one of your marks spawns on him.
Yeah. Kindred not gonna get a mark, which is obviously very important. But it looks like Akali gonna get a pretty good trade there onto Swain here. Another Q gonna land. Akali getting into a pretty good position in this lane. Akali on like the very early levels can feel pretty awful when you don't have those like levels in Q, because you Q like once to like try to CS a minion and your entire energy bar is just gone.
Yeah, you have to really like be careful about where you place those Qs early. Like as a Akali, I feel like when I play Akali, I use a lot of autos. And you're like, early.
So Barrel gonna find Kindred, taking away his Raptors, taking down really low here, flashes over the wall from Akali, gonna pick up the first blood, and the E's gonna land on a Sonder. Will he be able to pick up the kill? It's looking like not. Oh, actually he does pick it up. Wow.
Oh, the burn from.
I think Kindred's red buff killed Swain there. I guess I didn't see that was taken down on him, but the tower shot will make it a trade kill, but Akali's gonna pick up a double, which I think is actually worth it for
where the wave is.
Russell there.
Wave.
Yeah, he's gonna lose the wave, like obviously like first blood and a kill like traded on top of that. Yeah, Akali wants to get ahead here, and Yoshiu's just kind of straight out solo kill pulls here.
Is it the Yoshiu difference?
Mundo, I'm actually not sure if maybe Sedge ticked 6 there first. I didn't actually catch it there. I can't see what. Yeah. Sedge ticked 6 first there, and I think just must have either just thrown the ult out to get off the Mundo pass, or maybe it was already off, or he E'd to get off the Mundo passive and then just like ulted to follow up, or some sort of CC to follow it up, and then you ignite Mundo so he can't heal at all, and then
Yeah, and like so as a I know Pulse is probably better than me, but as a Mundo connoisseur, you know.
Oh wait, Yoshiwi might spot out Kindred on the the Gromp. My bad. But yeah, Yoshiwi not gonna be able to back. You're gonna get a little bit delayed. Does not have TP, so Mundo might be able to shove one wave under the tower.
Yeah, I mean, the way 31 does so much like percentage max out like magic damage is actually insane.
And it's like so when Sejuani gets onto you, it just feels like super bad.
She feels like an assassin early levels. Like she does so much damage.
You get hit by that stun, you can't do anything, and then she just smacks you, and it does so much damage. Oh wait, might be a blunder coming out here from the Akali. Gonna get hooked underneath the tower. Sonder does not have flash to get back on top. Gonna pop the ult and not gonna pick up the kill, but that was almost a very big mistake there from Grussel.
Did have ultimate, so I don't think it was completely.
Well, yeah, but it's like ult 1, so like I don't know how you're gonna ult out of it there.
A little awkward.
Just lucky that neither one of them, or that Sonder did not have flash up there. But Beryl going to be walking into the jungle here. Swain is going to be moving. Ezreal is probably going to get here first. Yuumi is a little bit delayed here. Blue buff is going to go to Kindred, I think. I can't quite tell. Flash coming out from Beryl. Not going to quite pick up the kill, but definitely is on top of the Kindred. It's going to take up to 6, but doesn't ult in time. Akali is here with ultimate, dealing so much damage. Looks like they're going to be hiding underneath their tier 2. We're going to see if a follow-up is going to come. But no, it's just going to be a 2-for-1 trade. And yeah, Akali's gonna pick up another kill. Ezreal's gonna pick up a kill. Seraphine trades the kill, but definitely favored to UTD there. They're probably gonna pick up. Actually, I guess they're not gonna pick up the dragon because junglers got traded away.
I love what UTD is doing in this early game. They're really creating these like elements of chaos and pressure and forcing UT away from their scaling game plan, right? So they're denying them gold, they're denying them experience just by fighting them in their own territory because they know if they go even in a fight, it's still pretty okay for them.
Yeah, and it's like the one person that you didn't want to get fed got fed. It's like you don't want the high burst damage Akali picking up these kills and getting an early mythic, picking up some early shoes to move around the map. Like pen shoes are really good on Akali if you get them early, and then like Hextech is dealing so much damage early on into the game, gives her like that extra option. Right. And it's super good against this comp before they get in their first items to heal up and live.
Restack Dark Seal as well, so Ollie's going to be chilling here early.
For sure.
And also, you can see that Lucre has picked up a first item, Oblivion Orb, so it looks like he may actually be rushing a Putrefier. So.
Yeah, he may be rushing a Putrefier. I think I might have mentioned that. I'm not a support player or an expert on itemization, so I wasn't actually sure. Like I thought of it as an option, but I'm not sure if it's what you do. But that might end up being what YHL does here.
And I'm curious, what do you think about Kindred itemization? Because I don't know if you know much about Kindred, but this champ can build like really weird control.
I'm not a big expert on Kindred itemization.
I've seen like tankier Kindred builds. I've also seen like more of a marksman builds like Kraken and PD. Like
I would assume it's just gonna be like a Kraken build. That's like the most common thing on Kindred for sure. Trade back and forth in the mid lane. Akali doing so much damage just with the Q autos. So annoying to deal with when she's in the shroud, just weaving in and out with all that move speed and invisibility.
Lee is such a menace. Like this champ just harasses you so hard when she gets that like max point Q. You just keep spamming it and it does so much damage.
Oh, Kindred is moving down here for the gank. I'm not sure if UTD knows. It is Ezreal Yuumi, so they should be able to survive fairly easily. It looks like Kindred is not going to end up going for it. Dragon did end up going the way of UT, so good pick up for them, but unfortunately the gold lead is 2.5k, so that Dragon is most likely just going to end up delaying UTD's win condition, which is like actually pretty solid because of UT's team composition.
Is there any marks Kindred has? Because I know by now you have... Wait, is that the breakpoint?
Kindred has 1 mark.
Okay.
This is the downside of playing Kindred in competitive, is like you can't flip nearly as many marks into your favor. You don't get nearly as many kills. So if you do get behind, it can be very difficult to play Kindred. And it's looking like Kindred is experiencing that in this game for sure. 1 mark at 10 minutes is not where you'd want to be. So that's a little bit unfortunate.
Usually you want to have 1 mark at like 350. Kindred got the grab denied. A little rough. And also, like, in competitive, when you have comms, you can cover the Kindred mark so much easier. You can tell, like, hey, you can tell your bot laner, hey, my frogs have the...
Yeah.
It's doing stuff like that a lot.
Oh my. The barrel here to get some pressure here on the bot lane. Gonna spawn in the Herald. Bot lane can't walk up here. They will just die to this Velvet. Super strong here with the Kraken Slayer. Kindred is here to cover, but I think the tower should still go down regardless. If they're going to look for the fight here, Seraphine Charm is going to land on all three of them into the Sonal. It's so much damage, but Yuumi plus the Velvet E is going to tank a lot of damage for a little while, but Yumi's going to get stunned up, not going to be able to get back inside of anybody, and the mid laners have arrived. Kindred going to go down, preventing the Kindred from dying here. Is Akali not going to quite get the ult onto the Kindred here. She is going to survive a little bit longer. Going to have to run out 3-for-1 here for the side of UT. Bit of an unfortunate fight there.
Yeah, that looked really awkward. And you saw how strong the Kindred ult was there. If that Kindred ult didn't happen, I'm sure Grousel might have been able to get 2 kills maybe there.
It looks like he went a little bit short on his Akali ult. I think it has a little bit more range than that. I might have viewed that wrong, but it looked like Grousel didn't get the full range on it to go as far as possible. So I think he actually could have killed Kindred and not had to burn his flash attempting to pick up the kill and inevitably failing. But yeah, that's a pretty big swing. For UT, they did lose the tower, and the gold lead is going to stay like fairly similar, but it's like a good response to keep the game from getting too out of hand.
Right. Like, when you lose that bot lane tower, it's a lot harder for someone in Seraphine, I guess.
Yeah. On the bright side, Kindred did pick up a bunch of gold, but it's still going to be behind Bel'Veth here. Bel'Veth already has the Kraken Slayer completed and boots, and Kindred is still a little bit of gold off of completing the Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, Kindred will be doing so much better in this game after missing out on all those marks. Got 3 kills from the bot lane play, so if you are Abnus here, you're feeling great.
Bel'Veth is here with Yuumi. We're see if we're going to pick up Swain. W is not going to hit from Bel'Veth. Teleport's going to come down to the mid tower. They're going to disengage the fight. Dragon, I feel like should be spawning up here in a second. I can't see the timer on my screen, but that'll be the next big objective. It should spawn in less than a minute.
I feel like these scraps have been like so back and forth. There's so much poke coming out from E2D, and they're just trying to zone away E2D away from the farm, trying to deny them as many resources as possible. But it's just this comp is so. You know that meme with Thanos is like snaps his finger says "I am inevitable." That's how I feel about UT's comp here, right? If you just give them time, they'll eventually just be stronger, and you always have to worry about that in the back of your mind when you're UTD. You always be thinking about, what can I do to get an advantage now? Because later in the game, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Also, a thing that we didn't mention about UT's team composition is the strong combination of Seraphine ult into Sona ult, which was mainly the main reason that they won that last fight. Seraphine hits all through with the charm, and then it's like a super easy lineup for Sona to just stun everybody that Seraphine also CC'd in the fight.
And then Swain can just get on top of them, or like all your carries can just start wailing when you have that much CC time.
Kindred buys so much time with all the healing.
Yeah.
And it looks like UT is going to have first move on this dragon. UTD looking a little bit disconnected. Ezreal is under fire here. Yuumi ult going to come down. Ezreal getting a little bit low, not going to quite go down there. But Ezreal is going to have to get a little bit of healing up from Yuumi, and it's going to be a little difficult to fight this. UTD, Akali is aggressively looking, but UT is moving towards the dragon. I don't know if UTD has a response to this.
To be honest, if you're UTD here, I don't know if you can fight.
Dragon taking really low. Sejuani ult is going to land onto Sonder. Swain ult is going to come out here. So much stuff happening in the fight. Yoshiwi is going to be the first one to go down here. Looks like UTD is going to have to run away. The barrel also went down trying to steal the dragon, but UT got it. And yeah, it looks like this game is starting to swing into UT's favor. Definitely being unfortunately poked out before the fight due to UT's, like, I'd say superior map movement on the play there. And yeah, he's getting pressure off the tower currently. I don't think he should die here, but gonna Ezreal ult to try and stop them from taking this tier 1. But yeah, I think UT's in a great spot. I'd say they have the better scaling. They won the fight. They have 2 dragons. But UTD does still have the gold lead, so we'll see if they can still try to keep the semblance of the lead they have.
I think. Okay, so I really like the way UT like set up for that play. They pushed out bot, they pushed out mid, they walked to the Ocean Dragon, and they sat together as 5, and they're like, "We don't care what UTD does. If they steal this dragon, who cares? We're gonna win the fight if we try to do it anyway." So UT was very conscious about their play there. They knew exactly what they had to do, and they executed on it. So big props to them there. I think the game state is just going to go back to more like a neutral state here while we figure out what's going to go on in the next objective fight. Several members of UT are up here on the top side. We can catch this Herald. See Barrel on the Vision plant.
You're doing it on the Crab.
The Crab Vision.
Yeah, UT is all going to be here. Yoshiwi does not have the move. Mid lane does not have the move, so I think Barrel's going to end up leashing that over to UT. It is second Herald, so it's not like the biggest deal, but I know they've put a little bit more gold into the second Herald objective, and if you can get down those outer towers, you definitely get a lot of gold injection off that. But second Herald, not really known as the most valuable objective in the game, so it could be worse.
It feels so bad to be definitely in this game. You're just getting hit by like all these slows and these poke, and you don't really have a good way of filling it back up aside from the Yumi. So
yeah, this isn't the exact composition that Ezreal would like to be playing into. It's so much sustain, so much healing. It's gonna be so annoying to like get any targets to die from all this poke. It just feels like it's gonna feel so useless as this game goes on. So
I feel like you do anything this
unfortunate. We do have a fight here. Sejuani ult gonna land onto Kindred. She is gonna have to ult very early on into the fight. Yoshiwi is gonna look like he might be in the middle of 4 people, but definitely and Yumi are arriving. Yoshiwi in a really bad spot here, gonna get over the wall, rooted up. Are they gonna be able to follow it up? No, and UTD is gonna hobble out. And look, like it looked like UT was low for a little bit there, but now they're gonna be healed right back up to just fine. So
yeah, someone call LS because this is looking like the first few weeks.
Somebody call the church.
Yeah, someone call the church. This is a church draft right here. Insane. And the thing is with Ezreal, right? You have to hit literally everything to do any damage. It feels like that because you land all your skill shots, you maybe do 70% of their health.
And landing the Q reduces the Q cooldown, so it's like it can feel like a feast or famine champion if you're.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, Sona ult gonna stun him out here too, and he just can't move. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's the combo.
You hate to see it. That's really unfortunate for Deathly. And looks like because Deathly dies there, they can't really contest this mid lane anymore.
And yeah, gold lead is about to swing into UT's favor. They came back from about a 2.5K deficit. Yumi is looking in a very precarious situation. Akali is very far away, Cat. I think Yumi might just go down here trying to ward the pixel rush.
Yeah, oh no, a lost Cat without the Cat ADC. It's looking pretty rough for UTD right now. This game state is getting to the point where we were talking about where if UT ever has a lead, Cup is so unstoppable because you can't really do anything.
Oh, Akali actually, it's looking pretty good here. Will they be able to finally secure a kill? So much healing, they will kill Kindred, but Akali is going to go down to Seraphine.
Yeah, it's a trade of shutdowns for the mid laner of UTD and the jungler of UT. Probably still in the favor of UTD there, actually, because I believe Kindred had a big shutdown.
Oh my.
That's a good attempt.
Definitely is crying, bawling his eyes out right now.
He's actually landing everything, and he's still just getting...
He's landing everything, and he just gets... It's like, it looks like he was going to get the kill there, and then you just see the massive shields go up, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess the church comes in clutch sometimes.
I don't want to be that guy, but like I feel like at this point to start thinking about what you could do for next game's draft, because you have to think about like the Sona and Seraphine. What are you gonna pit? What are you gonna ban away from? Even if you win this game, I don't think you want to play.
Yeah, it's like it could be just that like maybe Ezreal doesn't feel like the best ADC to play into this comp, but there also were a lot of AD carries banned. Like I'm not sure what necessarily feels better because like MF also doesn't want to play into a bunch of sustain.
Yeah, I mean you could play MF if you go like the AP MF though. That's forbidden
technology.
Nah. Yeah, it's getting buffed though. You see the AP MF buffs? They're crazy. Her E scales like her slow in the E scales.
Just gonna see support MF. Russell has a pretty decent flank here, but he is gonna be spotted out. I think the Dragon is spawned up here, so it looks like we're gonna see a fight. UT is just deathballing onto Yoshiwi here. Yumi is on top of him, but will not save him. Kindred gonna come out here as some people are gonna start getting low. Velvet also gonna get low, gonna go down to Kindred. Russell's in the middle, gonna pick up the Sona, but it looks like that's gonna be all they get, and it's gonna be a triple kill over to UT, and probably the Dragon definitely is trying to just scratch and paw at any damage he can muster up here. But actually, it looks like it's gonna be a Baron turn. They're gonna have enough kills here to where it should be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, they don't even care about the third dragon. They'll just take the free Baron. Baron is so much gold, and it can really cement their lead in this game.
Oh yeah.
Even if UTD gets this dragon, like, the only person alive is the Ezreal Yumi, and it looks like they're just trying to flip them off, stop them from getting this Baron. Maybe a little bit.
Ezreal's gonna try to poke them. I don't think they're gonna be able to steal this. Sejuani is back alive here. Let's see if they'll. It looks like they're gonna try to fight it, but Mundo is just like face tanking them. They don't care. Ezreal's getting really low here, stunned up. Yumi is out of the Ezreal. Is he gonna go down too? It looks like yes. It is just Akali alive here in the middle of 3 people. Is Akali gonna be able to do anything? Getting low here does not have any way out. It's so sad. Gonna get Sona kind of low, but doesn't really matter. So just gonna heal back up to full.
You can see what this Akali is like trying to do, right? If the game state was like just a little bit more even, I feel like the Akali would just be able to be so unleashed. But it's just so rough. Yep. Sona and the Seraphine are just so far ahead. They have so much slows and shields, and what are you gonna do? You can't really go into them as a comp that wants to go in when you have, you know, Sejuani, you have Bel'Veth, you have Akali. It's just so rough.
This Mundo is also such a menace in this game. He's just like walking through UTD's comp. He's like, oh, yeah, you want to proc Sejuani on me? I don't think so.
Yeah, and you can see the Anathema's chains for Mundo as well.
Yeah,
so.
that's probably on Ezreal, making him feel like even sadder. He's just like walks straight at Ezreal and it actually can't do anything.
And the thing with like chains is like, oh, it's wait, can you see who it's on or?
It's on Akali actually, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty. The thing with Mundo, right, is in order to proc chains, you either need to hard tease them or you need to slow them. So the only way Mundo can proc it is just by landing a Q. And it feels so bad when you get hit by that Q. Like, it's so rough. That Q slows you for, I think, like 60%, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then with the increased, like, the negative tenacity from the Q, it slows for so long.
It's like Mundo is not usually picked because he kind of has to like, it's kind of like Udi or Olaf syndrome where like, if they have enough, like, there's like a certain point of the game where you can't just like walk at the enemy team, but UTD's comp just has like nothing to stop Mundo from walking at them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Mundo goes where he pleases, quite literally in this draft.
Oh, Akali gonna have to run away here. Kindred is trying to tower dive, getting really low, but it's just gonna pop the ult. Is also gonna be able to pick up the kill here. We'll see. Not gonna have the damage to do it, and that's gonna be another kill over to Mundo, who just bought a full random ones on his last back.
Miss Sona ult actually, so maybe.
Yeah, looking to fight here. Bel'Veth is here, but I think this is just so hard to kill. Definitely can do all he likes, land all the Ezreal kills, but there's just too much shielding and healing on these 2 champs.
Actually insane. And you can see, like, UTD is trying their best to find picks, find opportunities, but they're slowly succumbing to the scaling power of UT.
Yeah, after this Infernal Drake, I think it's the nail in the coffin. I feel like it low-key felt like after that, after like the misplay on the bot lane where they picked up like a triple kill.
Yeah.
And the second dragon, or like the first dragon fight, for the fight for the second dragon, it kind of felt like the game might be over. So, like this comp just like got enough like foothold in this game where it's like so hard to play.
Yeah, like UT had a pretty huge lead. They had like a 4K gold lead with Akali having 3 kills, and then play just happened in bot where there was a Seraphine ult into the Sona ult, people died, and it's looked pretty rough for UTD from there. Even though they still had a 3K gold lead, the bot lane managed to stabilize, which is pretty important when you're playing Sona Seraphine.
Yeah, Kindred ult makes it so much harder for Akali to play. I didn't realize how hard it would end up making it in this game.
Yeah,
but
it's like it just buys you so much time to basically get your heals and shields back up, right? It's just like an extra no button, you know?
Yeah. It's like you do your heals and shields, like you Kindred ult when they're low, and then your heals and shields come right back up.
Bro, this is the Ravenous Hydro Kindred.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a build. You build that item when you know you're winning this game. Yeah.
I'm not sure I've seen that one before.
And it looks like there might be a bait here from the Seraphine. This is just like full bush for the death here.
Yeah, this is like one of those games where it just feels like we're kind of just waiting for the next dragon to spawn for UT to have to fight UT. And it's not going to be pretty. Oh, a bunch of damage are going to initially come out onto Ezreal. He should not be able to survive this. The cat should go down quickly here too. Kindred should be able to chase her down. Going to be a double kill over to Kindred. 10 kills on top of the Kindred here. off to a rough start, but after the triple kill, has really pressed the advantage in this game.
And I remember in draft we were talking about how important it is for this Kindred to pop off because Kindred is a solo AP threat or AD threat on this team, right? So if Kindred ever falls behind, you can just itemize MR and it becomes a lot easier. But Kindred is this far ahead.
UTD is going to try to kill Mundo. I don't think they'll be able to kill him before this TP comes down, and it looks like the cavalry will arrive from the mid lane. Bel'Veth is not going to be long for this world, going to be picked up by Seraphine. Sejuani ticking low. Sona Ult going to come out and do a call, pick up the triple kill, and this could be the game here. Ezreal, Yuumi are going to come up, but I don't think they have the wave clear to necessarily stop this. It's going to be really difficult, and Mundo is just running at Ezreal all the way to the fountain. Seraphine ult is going to land, will go down. Yuumi cannot do anything to defend this. It's looking like it's just going to be the game.
Yeah, that looks like it'll be a wrap from game 1 at GT versus UTD. Really rough game here. I don't know what kind of draft adaptations UTD can do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we'll see if UTD decides to go red side here. It looks like the Yuumi first pick was just countered by Sona, and they didn't have the they didn't get the early game lead that they wanted. Well, they did get the early game lead, but they didn't push the early game lead like they wanted to in this game. And yeah, as soon as UT's comp got a foothold in that game, it was just like pretty impossible to team fight. Like we saw the first team fight breakout, and like they get a Sejuani ult onto one of the members, but you just see like Swain and like everybody pop all their shields and like all their ults, and like nobody's killable. You can't like walk into the death ball. It's just so hard to play.
He just looks so unplayable for Deathly, man. I feel so bad for him from that game. Like, what are you gonna do? You're playing Ezreal into full sustain. Like, you can't really do anything
Also just like
here.
after a certain point, like it's so hard for UT to like mis-execute their comp.
Yeah. Like you miss the Sona ult, it doesn't matter. You have a Seraphine ult, or you miss the Seraphine ult, it doesn't matter. You have a Sona ult. You always have some form of like.
You just like walk it. You just like Swain and Mundo just like walk at you. And it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like Kindred usually like Kindred can be like hard to play sometimes because like she can have some trouble like surviving if she's behind. Like she might ult, but then she just instantly dies. But like when you have like Seraphine and Sona, it's like so hard to mess up. So.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those comps, right, where you see it in solo queue, you see it a lot in like lower elo. I don't want to call it a low elo comp, but like it is one of those comps that is low execution, which I think is a good thing, especially when you're in competitive where you don't really want high variance.
Well, I think like later on in the game it becomes like fairly like low execution.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like a bongo comp or anything.
Yeah, it's not like Vi Galio or something.
And it's not like the early game is like pretty difficult to play. And I think like the play they found bot lane is like not an easy play to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really well played actually from the Kindred to read the gank there as well. Because Kindred was hovering bot lane for that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think the MVP of that game was UT's jungler. UT's jungler played that really well.
For sure.
So, yeah, I think we'll probably throw it to a break.
Yeah.
We'll be back with the draft of next game. Don't go anywhere.
All right. All right. We are back from a quick break here. We're going to get into the draft of the second game. It looks like UTD is going to opt to pick red side here. And, yeah, we're kind of in the middle here. So it looks like Kindred B1 was answered with Lucian Nami after the bans you can see on the screen. We're going to see just a straight-up ban of both Seraphine and Yuumi. They didn't like that. And still the Aatrox ban. And then UT looks like they kept the same bans. I'm not sure if they banned 3 ADCs. They did.
Yeah.
They did ban 3 ADCs.
This Ezreal, the Sona pick is so ego here, by the way. Like, to Lucian Nami, I feel like that's... You have to... Okay, well, locks in the Sona. I mean, as Sona is a lane, it is a real lane.
Yeah, UT is just saying that we don't care how ahead you get bot lane. We're going to pick Sona.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever had, like, a Sona win trick on your team in solo queue? That shit is...
no, when somebody locks in Sona, I dodge. Actually, not really.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Looks like we'll be seeing a third pick here from UCD. It looks like they'll be the mid laner.
Yep. I think Azir is a solid pickup here.
Yeah, I like the Azir. We've seen Grussel play Azir before. Grussel's Azir is pretty clean.
I liked Russell's Akali last game. It just looked so unplayable after a certain point.
Yeah, like Grussel was playing pretty well that game, aside from like that one bot lane play.
Like maybe you could say he could have pushed his advantage more, but I'd argue that it is pretty difficult to play into Kindred when you're...
Akali,
yeah.
It's pretty rough.
It's pretty rough.
Fiorban coming out from UT. Again, I think they're just trying to avoid UT's top laners main champs. And the Nasus
ban against Yoshiwi.
Holy, yeah.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. Not something you see every day, but when you're playing against UTD, you have to respect the Nasus.
Yeah, Pulse was not respecting the Nasus first game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But this game, he's not having it.
Yeah. A mill ban as well. I'm assuming there might be another jungle ban here because UTD has not picked jungler yet. Maybe they'll ban Sedge just because the barrel has played such jungle before. It is a flex pick.
Yeah, we'll see. I can see the Sedge ban. Maybe they try to limit Yoshiwi's champ pool a little bit more, but it looks like Pulse seemed pretty comfortable playing into Yoshiwi that last game.
The thing with Kindred is it makes a lot of like engaged, you know, what's it called? I handshake the lane, just engage for my team. It like removes those champs from the game because you can't pick Ornn into it. You can't pick Malphite. You can't really pick any champ like that. Fiddlesticks would be an interesting pick here. I'm not sure I like it that much. I don't know. With Azir, it seems a little awkward.
Yeah, we'll see if this is the lock-in. I mean, this is a pick that like makes sense with Bibarel's champ pool. I personally don't like Fiddlesticks as a champion. He's very annoying.
I think
but it is going to end up being Sejuani.
Okay. Yeah, it is a flex pick because now we've seen both Yoshiwi and Bibarel play it. But something tells me that I think it's going to be jungle this time.
I mean, it could be either or. If there's like a top matchup that they think would be beneficial, I think it's fine. If there's like a jungler that just like super smurfs the draft, that would be also probably fine. Gnar Syndra going to be quickly picked up on B4, B5. We'll see if it's going to be a Yoshiwi counter pick or if they pivot the Sejuani to top lane.
I know Gnar is usually considered an answer to Sejuani. I don't like Ornn here. Please don't pick Ornn into this draft. Ornn to Kindred is troll.
It's going to look like an Ornn lock-in on R5 here.
I literally just... Okay, well... Alright, great. Big fan of... I don't mind UTD's draft that much. Like, they have stuff that they're comfortable on.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen UTD play all these champs before, which I think is important. Especially after what happened last game. But... Again, like, I know Syndra's also interesting. We've been seeing Syndra be picked occasionally as like a response pick into Azir because it can like you do have to feel pressure on Azir. But again, like most mid laners, when you lose your flash against Azir, it becomes a lot harder to play because he can just flash ult you. So I'm not really sure what UTD's game plan is here. I think they just have strong lanes. They're just going to try and win again.
You have to try to play through bot here.
Yeah.
I mean, Ezreal, Sona are going to like just they're just going to chill until like first item or like level 6 or whatever lane phase ends. They're probably not going to be doing too much in the early part of this game. Like, definitely the focus for UT is going to be on Syndra Kindred. Syndra should get prio against this year. At least old Syndra would. New Syndra might work a little bit differently, but I feel like Syndra should still get the early push in that lane and help Kindred out. So I think the mid jungle is like favor for UT, and that's where maybe they'll try to find their early advantage. But bot lane should not be able to really help out too much early on in the game. Like I think UTD is going to play through bot lane, while UT is going to play through mid lane. And I don't know. Is there any other things you want to point out about this draft? We have another with Sona pick again.
I mean, again, like I don't like Ornn here just because Kindred. Like again, Kindred is that champ that is picked appropriately for countering Ornn. A lot of times, back when Kindred and Ornn were like 100% pick ban, you would pick both of them on the same team. Or sorry, you would pick Kindred to like deny Ornn in a sense, like because you would never want to pick the one into each other, because what would happen was Ornn would ult and the Kindred would just ult, to deny the whole Ornn ult. So I don't know.
I feel like it's not the worst. It doesn't necessarily deny the whole Ornn ult, does it? They still get CC'd.
I remember
it's not like
it was just a big talking point a few years ago about like how you should never pick Ornn into Kindred. Maybe I'm just
is it like
maybe it's fine.
Maybe
now,
I haven't
know.
seen it. It doesn't seem like it would be that bad because it's like you're not Ornn ulting like low health targets.
Yeah, maybe it'll be fine.
Because
Like
usually just like Ornn Horn to engage the beginning of the fight.
yeah,
But I don't know.
I mean I think mid matchup is definitely favored in UTD's favor. Like Azir just has insane pressure at lane. It's just like one of those things where.
If it's against Syndra though, I think Syndra beats Azir in lane.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're probably just gonna go to spec delay here. We have about
Yeah.
4 minutes until we'll get back into game. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the game.
I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and never. I was putting in the Everything comes from nothing. Everything is something. So just let it all keep happening. Don't be mean
Welcome back to Game 2 of our semifinal best of 5 between UTD and UT Austin. So, we got some interesting draft compositions here. You might notice that there's a Sona here, and that's pretty odd.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I'd say we have a pretty standard composition coming out from UTD. The things at the top should be switched. It is UTD on right and then UT on left. And yeah, we have a Kindred being picked for the second time in this series, which is pretty interesting. It's a very fun pick to watch. We got the new Syndra. If you haven't been playing League recently, this is the reworked version of Syndra. Everything should look the same, but she operates a little bit differently now.
Yeah, she has 2 charges on Q. Her ult has like an invisible execute threshold now, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know that her ult can execute from a lot like more consistent of a range. I know a ton of like high elo like NA pro players have been talking on Twitter like just about how broken Syndra is in solo queue. I don't know. I think the champ is like really good, and I know a lot of LPL and LCK top or mid laners have been like playing it as like a soft counter into Azir because you have kill pressure.
Yeah, I feel like after people have been playing this new Syndra, I've seen some people getting mind controlled into playing Syndra at Worlds, even though it's not the reworked version.
I think that's like the Vex problem, you know, where like Vex was like not ever that great of a champion, but the thing with Vex is like she was new.
No, I think Vex can win lane pretty handily, and then like if you get ahead, you can make a lot of good plays on the map. It's just like this champ feels so incredibly useless when it's behind.
Yeah, I think like Ari and like Vex and Syndra like all fall into like kind of similar category of like they can feel really good when you're ahead and you're smurfing, but when you're behind, it kind of feels bad.
Ari's a little bit more reliable than Vex because at least you can like always like fish for like ult Charm or ult Everfrost. Like Vex is like you have to ult in and then just like I guess you get the fear and die or you get the fear and kill them. So it's like it can feel a lot worse.
These trades in mid are been crazy. Like Sonder almost died. A little rough. All 3 corrupting pot charges burned for Sonder, and Grussel getting a crazy trade and a small lead in the lane.
Yeah, Grussel does play a lot of Azir. I'm not exactly sure how comfortable Sonder is playing the new Syndra. I'm sure he's like played a decent amount of it, but we'll see if Grussel's like preference of Azir can help him win the lane here.
And yeah, I think in bot lane there's already about like a CS lead. So.
Yeah.
This is how you expect the matchup to go, though. When you're picking Sona into Lucian Nami, you're kind of asking for it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think, oh man.
Oh my, that's the Lucian Nami classic. They did nerf this lane a tiny bit. If you watch any Worlds, they'll talk about it a little bit to where Nami used to run Electrocute in this lane because it was super easy to proc with Lucian. They did nerf that interaction, but Nami still takes area and it's like fine.
Still really strong.
But yeah, looks like it's going to be a very winning lane. They're going to see that Sejuani's here. They're going to have to respect the dive and just back off, and maybe Ezreal can pick up some of the CS.
Now, if you're Kindred here, it feels pretty awkward because your bot lane is just getting completely destroyed, and you don't really have kill pressure. It's an Ornn, right? So what do you really do if you're Kindred here? It's pretty awkward. You gotta either have to hit your mid and
oh, so close to a solo queue. If that's a solo queue Syndra with Ignite, that Azir's dead.
Yeah, crazy trades back and forth, and like both of them spilled their flash. I feel like less confident players would just instantly flash the.
Azir does have teleport here, so it's not that bad. Kindred had to burn teleport after the early poke down from Azir, but Azir's gonna be able to teleport back, so it shouldn't be too bad. He's gonna pick up this whole wave.
Yeah.
So he should still be like a little bit ahead in CS. Yeah.
Also not missing any farm here.
Oh yeah. We don't miss. Kindred is gonna move bot lane here. We'll see if anything happens. But it looks like she might just clear out a ward. Walk back to her Raptors. Top lane, nothing too interesting happening. Maybe a little bit of a CS lead there. Mid lane is just about dead even. Bot lane got the CS lead. Not too much interesting things happening here so far.
Yeah, I definitely got the perfect base. He based on 1,300 gold and just gets the Noon Quiver. That's what you want as an ADC. If you can base it 5 minutes, get your Noon Quiver, you're chilling.
Gonna be a little bit of a trade here in the top lane, but you know, Orin doesn't care too much. He'll take that take the damage and then build his ruby crystals.
Yeah, and, I mean, I think in this matchup you should be building armor instead of ruby crystal in lane, because the way they changed Orin pretty recently is when you build health items, you don't get the health unless you base.
We'll see. We'll see what Yoshi's about to build. He built. Yeah. Oh, he can straight up just built a cinder, not a cinder Hulk. Balmy cinder.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a boomer.
No, that's the jungle item.
Hey, it's only been like 2 years.
Yeah.
Almost 3.
Dude, Cinderhulk is a cool name though.
It's like basically, it's like Balmy cinder. It's like almost the same.
Yeah. I don't know, but like, who's Balmy? I think Hulk is cooler. We're doing a little bit of chatting on the mic.
Both junglers are going to be around the bot lane here. Top lane is going to crash. A big wave. We'll see if Gnar, when Gnar does with this little bit of prio, he might just get a face off here. But it looks like they're going to just do Cloudrick off the bot prio here. So it's exactly what you want out of this lane.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better, honestly.
Dragon. Kindred is going to be a little bit annoying here. Sejuani is low. They could attempt to fight it. Kindred's going to flash over the wall, but it's going to end up going over to Ezreal. That's a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, that's yeah. Beryl did not have smite, so it was a little unfortunate. And did they get a flash out of it, or was it just they got
Kindred flashed over the wall to smite it.
A Kindred flash for Cloud Drake. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it still feels pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, but you want to be stacking up those Drakes to get the win condition. It's not like blue side scales like super hard. It's not like last game or anything. But you preferably want to build up your dragon advantage to force them to fight you when Lucian Nami is still super strong.
Like, I think super late game, I like UT's drafts for scaling better, but like it's not that big of a difference. Like both teams have strong scaling elements to them that you could play through late game. So yeah, I mean, I could go either way if it goes late.
Yeah. I'd say just because of the existence of Sona on blue team's comp, I'd probably favor them. We'll see if they get to that point in the game. Doesn't always. I mean, it happened last game, so I guess I don't know. It might happen again.
Yeah, it might. I mean, I don't know. This just looks like standard laning here. Junglers covering their lanes. There's no real ganks have happened so far.
Yeah, we had a bit of a scuffle at the Dragon Pit, but everything is like fairly even here at 8 minutes into the game. We have like maybe 300 to 200 gold lead, basically irrelevant. What is that, like a...
Yeah, it's just like some small CS.
It's at best like a cloth armor, so.
Yeah, and I think like most of this goalie is just coming from bot lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like one plate difference.
So we're gonna get the ult out from Lucian, gonna hit 6 before the other bot lane, but I think it's just to poke them out to try and build more of an advantage. Yeah, top lane still trading back and forth. Gnar building up a CS advantage, like a little bit similar to bot lane. Bot lane obviously doing it a little bit better, but it's not the worst. Orin doesn't care as much about not getting CS.
I do like what Pulse did in like early on his first base. He got it to Pulse, which is like super helpful. When you know you're in a lane against like Orin, you can just get free gold in the lane. So
yeah, he's also almost got it already too. He's at 33 CS left on it.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Might get a base cancel here.
Nope.
Looks like nothing will happen. Paul will just go back to his tower, recall.
Yeah.
Assuming all the teleport.
Yoshi, we're just gonna push this in. Gnar could pick it up and teleport, or just back and teleport. It looks like he's just gonna pick up the wave.
Yeah. Probably doesn't even need to back, honestly.
Yep. Lucian Nami gonna also reset. Dragon is gonna come up in 2 minutes, so nothing super interesting is gonna happen right now. Herald was Herald was picked up by. Wait, when did Herald get?
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a lot of pings going on
okay.
the bottom side of the map, and it looks like UT might be trying to read some kind of play here.
Sejuani is nearby, but Kindred is here first. I think UTD is just gonna back off, not gonna commit to anything.
Oh, just trying to fish for a Sona ult or something.
Kindred just back. Sejuani is here, does have the ult. It's going to be flashed away by Sona. Yeah. So
good trade, Sejuani
yeah.
ult for Sona flash. You take that every day of the week.
Oh, but his ear's getting really low here. Cinder ult is gonna come out onto him, not gonna kill him, but is gonna force the teleport out of this ear.
The shield on Zero is so big, like you don't really think about it, but that was so much mitigation. That was like kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really think about it. I just think of the Shurima shuffle, the Shurima slide.
The Shurima shuffle, the Shurima slide. Those are some fire dance moves, Coleman.
Oh, thank you. And didn't make them up.
Alright, almost
Well, he's gonna be in a
CS.
pretty awkward spot for the blue side bot lane.
Yeah, the wave is just like really awkward for them, and they just take a bad trade every time they walk up. So
Yeah, they're loving it. A bit of a scuffle here in the mid lane again. Cinder has no ult this time, so Zero gonna get a pretty favorable trade on this one. But Kindred is here. I think Grussel should be fine, but gonna make him back off a little bit. Gonna shuffle over the wall. Or not shuffle. I don't even know. I don't know how you. Oh my, wait, that's going to be a dead Sona. That's going to be first blood at 11 minutes into the game. We'll see if they can pick up Ezreal as well. They're not going to quite go for it. Yujong Hooker Lee going to take a big chunk from the tower, but very well done there. They hit the Nami ult into the Lucian ult, and it's just so much damage that, you know, Sona just perished. It happens.
Ezreal kind of just forced to walk away now. If he gets hit by one bubble or just even like Q auto, he just dies.
It's like if he gets close enough for Lucian to just like E auto Q him. It's like,
yeah, it's just really rough.
it's so hard to play.
Yeah, I mean these lanes have just been pretty stable, aside from bot lane. Bot lane's just been so volatile and just everyone's dying.
For sure. Yeah, they're gonna pick up a bunch of plates here. Picked up 4 already, so it's like a 3 or no, 3. Hey guys, I can count. Believe it or not. What do we got going on? We got Dragon respawning, and it looks like Sejuani is gonna be taking that. We got Kindred gonna try to make a trade play on the top side. Does not have the Rift Herald anymore. Oh wait, no, she just spawned it. That's why. Okay, I didn't see it in her inventory. But Ornn gonna hit the Ornhorn here and clear the wave. Rift Herald is still tanking the tower for a little bit longer here. Nothing gonna come of it, just the Rift Herald crash. Yoshi gonna defend his life pretty well there. So.
Looks like Yoshi will have teleport up in about a minute, so I think he can probably stay under tower, or he's just gonna recall and lose some more farm here.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if I was the Ornn, I would ego that and probably die.
Well.
So that's why Yoshi is a better player.
Yeah. I will not comment on that.
Yeah.
Ezreal and Sun are gonna have a difficult time walking up here with the boar.
And yeah, I mean again, can we see the Kindred marks? I want to see the difference between this game from last game.
4.
Yeah, it's 4 marks. So yeah, that's like about on pace, I'd say. That's what you want.
4 marks is pretty fine at this point into the game. It's looking pretty good.
You usually want like 7 marks by 20 minutes. That's like your ideal scenario. If you have 7 marks by 20 minutes, you get that range upgrade or the second range upgrade.
Yeah.
And that's where Kindred becomes a menace. You get 7 marks.
Yeah, gold lead is surprisingly pretty even here, even with the first blood and like all the plates taken in bot lane. The plates that were taken by Gnar on the top side with his CS lead, I guess, are kind of evening it out. So, but it is like a Gnar versus like a Lucian, so you can make of that what you will. They're gonna attempt another dive here. Ornn does not have the Ornhorn to defend it this time. That is gonna be the first turret taken by UT, and they're gonna get off to the first like relevant gold lead of the game, or significant gold lead of the game.
Yeah, and all this gold lead is just coming from top side. UTD probably has a lot of standing gold on the map up the spot. Tier 1 is pretty low.
Sejuani ult is going to hit Sona here. We'll see if Bibero and YHL are going to be able to take her out. It looks like they are. Kill going over to Sejuani. So pretty solid pick up there. Sona's super caught out.
Yeah,
no
really
flash.
Good, really good presence of mind there. Just to like see this flash with Sona and just go for it. Like
ETD going to get a lot of presence here on the bot side of the map. A lot of pressure here. Sejuani stealing away Kindred's camps. But I guess Kindred's trading Rift Shuttle for it. It's not the worst thing. We'll see if they try to dive the Gnar here. I don't think they have enough damage for it. Oh, Yoshiwi is trying to kill Kindred here, but he is in a 2v1. Now a 3v1. Gonna have to walk away. Cindersun's not going to land, and I think he might be able to walk out. Ezreal's gonna miss, gonna flash in to try to kill him, gonna E away. Cinder does have the a good path on him here. He's gonna, yeah, and then Ezreal E's on him and gets him anyways. And Nami might also go down here, getting really low. Flash from Sona, not quite enough damage. One more auto is not going to be able to take him out. Gonna heal up, and Sona is going to be punished for the overextension there, losing her flash and her life. Really unfortunate she doesn't pick up the kill there on Nami. But
that was really sad, and I feel like, I don't know, I'd probably like sit in base, you know, type my team anchor for a little bit. I was on Sona, but
I mean, yeah. Oh, wow, that's gonna be a big stun from Syndra there, but we'll see if that actually does anything. Syndra is just gonna go down to Sejuani E. We're gonna look at Yoshui here while there's still a fight going on in the mid lane. Nami Wave gonna come out to try and help the teammates. Syndra is gonna take out Azir here, but will go down to Lucian in the end. They did pick up the mid tower, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But it was a 2-for-1 on the kills. So
it does end up being relatively okay. UT does have about a 1k gold lead. Again, they've been better at sieging these towers, and UTD only has, or no, they've both taken 2 towers each.
Yeah.
Top tier 1's gone for, top tier 1 and mid tier 1 for UT, and bot tier 1 and mid.
no, they don't have.
Oh no, they just have 1 tower.
They have a tower up on him.
Yeah. Looks pretty fine. Just that 1 tower difference, honestly.
And yeah, we got Dragon spawning up here pretty soon, so this fight is gonna dictate what happens for this mid game, most likely. So it could go pretty badly. Maybe one team will just cede it to the other. I really doubt it. I think both these teams are gonna want to scrap this one out. We got Gnar with a lot of gold for blue side here. We got Kindred with a Kraken Slayer, Sejuani without a completed mythic yet. Lucian is pretty strong here. Ezreal doesn't have his mana being completed, and he's got a Sheen, so he might struggle to do a little bit here. Azir's got his not as many items as Syndra here, but actually, no, never mind. Syndra has a rod on him. Yoshui might go down to Kindred here, going to walk it out, but it looks like Kindred's not going to be able to pick it up in the end. And for that, UTD will probably pick up the mid tower here. They will complete that objective, and they're going to turn to the dragon here. Kindred, I think, is too low and too far away to actually contest this, so it looks like UTD is just going to take dragon while UT takes the top tier 2.
I like this decision from UT to just send Sejuani there and some of the other members up. I know that you're just loaded.
And they're going to try to fight it here. Yoshui is here. A lot of damage coming out from Lucian. Going to force out the Kindred ult early here. We'll see what Gnar tries to do. Is going to get bubbled up by Yujung Yoshili. Going to have to flash over the wall here. Gnar getting pretty low. He is going to Mega in a second here. Looks like they're not going to be able to chase him down. And Dragon has still not been taken here. Sonder is here to harass him, and a teleport has come down. And one is going to be answered by, I think that is okay, it was Azir, and now Ornn is here. So it's going to be a 3v3 here, but the red health bars are looking a lot lower than the blue ones, and I think blue team's going to avoid hitting this dragon because the barrel is the only one with smite here. And I think it might just end up going to UTD.
All I think about, I think the Cinder full burst combo can actually outsmite the dragon, so be a little bit careful.
Yeah, we'll see. Dragon is still at 4K, has not reset yet, but looks like both teams don't really want it.
I think UT.
Nah, I think UT gets it.
Yeah.
Kindred's gonna get here.
They're totally okay losing this dragon here because they get a top tier 1. So ends up being okay for them. Again, UTD now has the gold lead. A small gold lead, if that, but it is a gold lead, so feels pretty okay. You're okay to give up that mountain dragon. It does mean that the soul is a mountain soul, which I think favors UTD's draft. If you get the soul, I think it's slightly better for them, but still broken on both.
Yeah, gold lead is gonna be dead even. Yeah, UT does have that 1 dragon lead over UTD. Wait, that's so confusing. I confused myself. Longhorn Gaming has the dragon lead here. Baron will enter the game in about 30 seconds here. That will influence how both these teams will be playing the map. Got some item check-ins here. Sejuani opted for building Anathemas over completing her mythic. Looks like Ornn is actually going to be in a decent spot here. It looks like he has all the items that he'd want here.
To win, so that's what he's building. Or it could be Frozen
He
Heart.
might. I think it's Frozen Heart. I don't think you build another cloth armor.
Yeah, it's probably Frozen Heart.
Lucian's going to be dealing a lot of damage to Sona. Going to have to crescendo him out of it. But Lucian actually took a lot of damage there. I didn't see what from. I'm assuming just like Ezreal Qs. And Azir's going to be a little bit caught out here. Going to have to shuffle away. But doesn't look like anything is gonna happen here.
Okay. I mean, this has certainly been.
Oh my god, that is so much damage going out on the Kindred. They're gonna have to instantly pop the ult, flash over the wall. Ornhorn is gonna land, but it's not gonna be enough damage to take out Kindred. That was I did not expect that.
I don't know how Kindred lived there, to be honest. That was popped ult and managed to get out somehow.
Did have to burn the flash. Looks like there's gonna be a little bit of a scrap here. Blue team does have the mid prio, but some health bars are looking a little bit questionable on the blue side. Kindred, no ult, no flash. Everybody else, actually, there's still like 3 flashes missing from UTD, so it's not like the most ideal fight.
Being okay, I'd say, for both sides. Both sides just gonna back away, be happy with what they have, get some more gold in the map. Might be looking at a Baron setup here. I don't know if you can actually take it, but it's probably a good idea to get some vision, get some control of that top side river here for UTD.
Yeah, I think both these teams take it like
pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty fast. Azir and Lucian are pretty good at taking it, and then like Kindred, Ezreal, Gnar probably fine at taking it.
Sejuani does a surprising amount of Baron damage, like or just objective damage in general with that like percentage damage coming out from the
that's
the passive. So no, I think both these teams can sneak into Baron pretty fast. I don't know. I think I favor the Baron burn for UTD though.
For UTD?
Yeah, just a little bit. Because Ezreal does not take objectives as fast as Lucian.
Yeah, I'd say like Kindred probably takes it faster than Sejuani. And I think Gnar would be like maybe a little bit more helpful than Ornn, but I don't know if Gnar would necessarily wants to be on it.
If Gnar's mid, yeah, I think he takes it faster, but
Azir definitely takes it faster than Syndra, and then Lucian definitely takes it faster than Ezreal. So I guess I'd favor UTD, but they both sneak it quick. Yeah. A lot of damage coming out here onto Ezreal. He's just gonna end up dying. Wow, I guess he just walked up a little bit too far, and definitely gonna punish him for it. Azir getting pretty low here, gonna try to flash shuffle him underneath the tower. Gonna die for it. Bit of a misplay there coming out from Grussel.
You hate to see it, but Grussel dies.
Bot lane is coming in here. I think the teleport should get him out in time. This wave is not going to be able to hit him. And, yeah, bot laner traded for mid laner. You know, a fairly even trade. I don't think anything is going to happen. They both should be up for the dragon here. I guess the only thing is that Ezreal did lose his flash, and Azir also lost his flash for that. So there's going to be 3 flashes that aren't up for the side of UT. I think Azir should be the only one missing his flash for the dragon fight on UTD, so a bit of a summoner advantage there. We have a bit of a fight coming out here in the top lane here. We'll see if Kindred is going to use her ult. It is going to come out here. Ornn might go down here pretty quickly, but he's going to flash away and buy a little bit more time for himself. Russell is here. Ezreal ult is here. Definitely is going to take a bunch of damage from Syndra. It's going to look like a bit of a clown fiesta right now. Nobody has quite died yet. I have no idea what's going on. Blue team is just walking at them. There's going to be a stun coming out. Sona ult onto 3 members here. Azir is going to go down here. Health bars are starting to get a little bit low, but I think it should just be a 1 for 0 here.
That looks so good for UTD at first, because Yoshibi played it really well. He like managed to flash out of the bush into the other bush. He managed to land everything onto Kindred. Using the ult, got the heal. But in the end, it looked like everything was going
See, they might try to
well,
fight it, even if they do get the Baron here. It looks like they're going to stop doing as much damage. Syndra is going to stun the 2 members walking up. Gnar is into the backline here, but he's really low. Yoshibi's going to be taking the entire team. Is going to successfully do so, but go down in the end. Definitely not quite picking up the kill onto Syndra there, but is going to kill Sona. Getting really low, is going to be struck down here. That's a triple kill for Kindred. And it's only going to be Nami left alive here, but they do not have the health bars to do Baron. We'll see if Kukuri is going to do anything tricky here, but just going to throw some bubbles. Dragon is up here. I think that should go to UT, but Azir is back alive.
The last 2 minutes of this game were just a complete fiesta. Like, everything just looked so back and forth.
Yeah, definitely was so close to killing the entire team there, but I guess Sona is just too broken, so it happens. Yeah. Azir has arrived to buy a little bit of time here, but it is just Nami and Azir versus the bot lane. Actually, nah, it's just a ADC mid and Kindred, so there's a lot of people picking pretty low. Should just go over to Kindred Smite. Oh, that was close.
Kindred did not actually have some smite.
And now UT is 1 dragon off of the hitting Soul here, and looks like them stealing the dragon early game ended up mattering a lot because it would just be like even dragons here, but you know, now UT is one off of getting the soul, so the blunder in the early game is going to come back to bite them a little bit here. I think these team fights should still be fairly explosive, fairly even, but I probably favor a little bit UT a little bit with the slight gold lead, and I like their team fight composition like a little bit better.
Also, look at like UT's itemization. You have items like Black Cleaver, you have Blade of the Ranking, you have just, other tank killing items, and against UT's comp, the only frontline you have is, or you have 2 big frontliners that just die to those items. So I think, in like raw damage, I think UT just wins. I think it's all a matter of who gets picked and who doesn't. Like front to back, UT is favored in my opinion.
Yeah.
It might just be a Baron here.
Lucian is. We'll see if they try to sneak it. UT is gonna know about it. Nar's on the bottom side of the map, but is gonna start backing. Warren won't be here for it. It looks like they're not gonna try to sneak it. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a sneak because they would have known about it, but you know.
Yeah, I know. It looks like it's just like a war of vision right now. Both teams are just trying to get this vision on the top side of the map, and both teams are also really scared to step up because, again, both teams have so much burst. Like, look at this. Look at Ezreal. Ezreal's just about to get and just 2 arcane shift out.
I was gonna say that you were saying you favor UTD front to back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think it's actually pretty hard for Lucian to play in team fights in general.
Or I said UT.
Oh, you said UT is favor front to back? Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the same thing. There's only 1 litter difference, no?
Yeah, it's only like it's only like a town over.
Yeah, honestly.
UT is gonna get a little bit of information here on the Baron. UTD gonna be resetting. You know how Dragon up for 240, but you know, Baron's still on the table for both teams. So I think it'll be pretty slow at this point in the game. Nobody has like a clear advantage, so whatever objective they decide to flip will be probably the next decider of what happens in this game.
Alright, Chewett, I think this game could be a 40-minute banger. Honestly, the way things are looking, no team is like super far ahead at this point, aside from UT having like maybe a 3k gold lead, and so I'm just getting absolutely caught here. This combo goes out.
Yeah, and that's just gonna be a dead Sona. That is the thing that UTD seems to keep asserting their advantage in, is just like they have so much damage on like the Lucian and mid lane that they can just like pick people with either like a Nami bubble, Nami wave, just like Lucian dealing way too much damage, Sejuani ult. And that might be enough for them to just try to call the Baron here. They're going to start it up here. There's going to be 4 people from UT coming down to the Baron here. Ornn's going to walk over, so it looks like we're going to get a fight here. You're actually going to teleport to make it a little bit quicker. We'll see if UT is going to walk up here. They're getting pretty close. Baron is still at 6k, so it's not even that low. Ornhorn going to come across. Syndra getting really low here. Ornhorn going to hit 2 members, but nobody's going to follow up on it. They're going to continue to do the Baron. It's down to 4k. Going to get to 3k. See if Kindred's going to try to steal it. She is close. 2k. It's going to get under 1k here. We'll see if UT gets it. Oh. Okay, they did go over to UTD.
Oh
but there's going to be a huge Gnarl here. Azir's going to ult him off, but they are going to pick up the Nami here. And yeah, UT's in a good spot to take the fight. We'll see who survives. Yoshiwi probably going to go down here. Sejuani might get away. Azir might get away. Ornn is going to buy a lot of time. Sejuani living on 1 health. Kindred is here to pick up the kill. We'll see if this Azir gets away. Kindred is going to actually pick up the kill, so God. Everybody is going to lose their Baron. It's going to be a 5-0.
Complete disaster for the side of UTD. It looked so good when they had the Baron burst, but UT just found that insane Gnar ult. Pulse completely popped off, got 4 people in the knockup. And even though they got the Azir shuffle, the damage was already done. UTD was routed. UTD got completely blown out of the water there, and yeah, it might even just be an inhibitor here for UT also.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be respawning here, definitely, and Hooker are going to be back up, but we're still going to take the inhibitor. Dragon is coming up here in a second. This will be Soul for UT, so this game will be very hard for UT to play if they pick this up. Mountain Soul is going to negate a lot of the advantages they've been building off of like just like bursting people with Lucian mid lane. That's not going to be happening nearly as much with Dragon, and they're just going to be able to burst this down pretty quickly. UTD is not going to be anywhere close to picking this up, and yeah, it's going to be Soul. UT is in a prime position to take this game. 4K gold lead with the Soul. They've been winning the team fights. They didn't get the Baron, but I'm sure they'll get the next one if it comes to that. And yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for UT to take this one.
I think for the first time in this game, you have like a clear leader in terms of game, like power team, right? Like UT has 5K gold lead. They have Mountain Soul. UT's comp is starting to run out of ways to deal damage to their backline, so it's looking pretty rough for the side of UTD. If you're a UTD fan, it's not what you want. But
yeah, Kindred is dealing so much damage. Look at Kindred's items. Syndra is dealing so much damage. We got Death Cap, Shadow Flame, Ludens. Ezreal has got the Ezreal like items that he wants. He got the 3 items that you want on Ezreal. Lucian does have 4 items, but and an ornament, but Lucian is just so hard to play later on in the team fights with the short range. Maybe they'll catch Kindred here. She's in a pretty bad position. Sejuani's gonna ult her up. Does not have a chance to even ult. So that's a pretty big shutdown over to Lucian. Good pick there for UTD. See what they can do with it though.
And 900 gold going to the Lucian, huge for UTD, and they could probably get this top tier 2 here with maybe another 600 gold split among 4 people. So, well, would probably is that an objective bounty? Yeah, an objective bounty as well. So,
yeah, it's gonna shift the gold lead down to about half of what UT just had. But yeah, it's a good look, but we'll see how much it does end up mattering here.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold going back into the pockets of UTD after that disastrous Baron fight.
Yeah, Azir is getting closer and closer to his death cap. So if Azir can get that, maybe these fights will swing a little bit more in UTD's favor. But only time will tell. Sejuani's going to actually get here onto Kindred. Lucian is here for the follow-up, and they're going to get another pick.
Dude,
so I guess even with the Mountain Soul, it's just Sejuani, Lucian are just too much pick potential for the side of UT. And I think they'll pick up this mid tier too. So somehow, even with all the advantages that UT got, UT just keeps finding ways back into the game.
And now the gold lead is even now. It's huge picks coming out from Barbaro. Great play to find those 2 isolated targets from UT. UT is really going to be kicking themselves getting caught out like that with such a huge commanding gold lead.
Yeah, for sure. It's a bit tragic for them to get caught out there. So much of their gold is on Kindred and Syndra, so they're picking up the bounties, and they were able to convert 2 turrets off of it, picking up the objective bounties. So we have a big swing in gold here, bringing it back to even. Yeah, Azir's gonna be able to pick up his death cap and get closer to where Syndra's power level is in this game. Lucian is gonna be full build.
Yeah, I want to talk about one item that Lucian has. He has Sorelda's Grudge. Now, Sorelda's is really interesting on Lucian because when you ult, you just slow them, and you can like basically get all your ult hits on them. It does so much damage. So.
Oh yeah.
This Lucian is gonna be able to one-shot anyone outside of UT.
Yeah, Lucian is super strong here. If he gets on top of like any of these squishy members, he's able to like, if Sejuani can like stun anybody into like Lucian getting into range, it's gonna be so lethal for the side of UT. Even with the Mountain Soul, it's like not saving them at all.
Yeah. And you know this game's a banger, like a long banger when both supports have Wardstone. Like you don't see that very often. That's.
Oh yeah. This is going to be one of the few games where an Elder Drake is going to break out. I feel like I just rarely see Elder Drake in League games anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't actually seen Elder in a long time, it feels like.
I mean, it definitely coming out in those Damwon series. Those were some banger games.
Oh yeah, those were some good games.
Gen G versus Damwon. Rest in peace, Damwon. Canyon deserves justice.
Well, hopefully Barbaro doesn't get the Canyon treatment in this game.
I'm not gonna instigate.
Yeah, we're not gonna instigate here.
I think everybody on UTD is playing great, except Yoshui.
Can we get a Kindred mark check by any chance?
There's 9 marks for Kindred.
9 marks, not that bad.
And Kindred is the one receiving the anathemas, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, 9 marks and 4 items on Kindred. It does make a lot of sense, but it's just kind of funny when you see the jungler receiving anathemas. Kindred's just that guy. UTD is not going to be spotted in this mid bush here. We'll see if anybody walks into their claws here. Sejuani ult's going to come out and hit respectfully, but Kindred's going to come out to save him. Getting pretty low here. Namiway is going to come out, but Barbaro's getting pretty low. They're going to try to flash onto him. Is Kindred going to be able to take him out? No. Gnar is going to Gnar bar up here. Going to miss the Gnar ult. Several cooldowns coming out here from UT, but people's health bars are starting to get low. Blue team is starting to get death ball towards. Nami going to have to flash away. Definitely actually going to be caught out here. We'll see if he goes down. Going to have to flash away, but blue team is going to get the better of them in this fight. Definitely looking like he might actually go down here. Shutdown going over to Gnar. And that's going to be the inhib for blue side. Wow.
Might even be a push onto the Nexus with his wave.
Yeah, still going to try to fight it. Big knock up there from Orin, but nobody is able to deal damage to blue side here. Nobody's in position. They don't have their Lucian. Azir is not in the right position. They've taken one tower. Are they going to take the next tower? Ult is going to land onto Nami. Nami's pretty low. Ezreal ult's going to go in, but there's a big Azir ult. Isn't enough damage to take anybody out here. Sona is the only low one going to be taken out, but it is a triple kill for UT, and it is only Yoshui left alive. No towers. Yoshui goes down, and that's going to be the game for UT.
Yeah, I mean, pretty crazy ending to that game. They just got that pick onto Deathly, and they were just able to push down mid with that wave and just end the game. So pretty unlucky for UT.
Yeah, it looks like an okay start to the fight, but UTD was just so split there that they couldn't really stand up to like the death ball that was just moving towards them. Definitely got caught out in the end, and they just were able to win off of that. Definitely had so much of the team's gold that they just couldn't really put up a good fight against the blue team in the base.
And you saw like that end fight, right? They threw all their cooldowns onto Kindred. Kindred almost died. She just presses R, and then all their cooldowns are gone. And then UT could just respond in full, use all their damage, and then they have Sona at 35 minutes. Sona at 35 minutes is not an okay champion.
Yeah, there's a damage reduction on the W aura. It's actually disgusting.
Yeah, it does so much, and it was at that point where UT kind of realized that, hey, without Deathly, they have no damage. We can just push mid in the game.
Yeah, it seemed like every time there was like a team fight situation, like the just the power level of Sona was just like on display, and it just felt like it was so hard for UTD to do anything in the team fights. Like, I want to say that like they did like a good job getting picks. They got the Baron underneath UT's nose, but there was just like a big pulse ult from the Gnar, and it would just like save the game basically, and it was like so hard. And even UTD getting back into the game with their picks and their objective bounties is like just still way too hard to team fight. So good job to UT. We're going to go on to game 3. If UT takes it, they will win the series, move on to finals. But UTD is still in it. They reverse sweep is still alive, so
maybe a bit of copium, but you know what? I think they can do it. A reverse sweep might be possible.
You know,
we'll be right back. We'll be heading into the next draft pretty soon, probably a few minutes once they start that up.
Yeah, I'm going to break here. See y'all in a bit. Welcome to Game 3's draft here between UTD and UT. UTD gonna pick blue side, and we got our bans in.
Okay, very clearly you do not see Sona as a threat, and they steal away the Kindred.
Yeah, I like this. UT has won the last 2 games on Kindred, and bring them to game point here. If UT wins this game, they will move on to the finals. And yeah, UTD is gonna pick away Kindred. They think they're carried. And they're going to take away Hecarim Yuumi on the R1, R2, so.
Oh, man, that was a fast lock-in, too. You know they had that plan. They're like, okay, if they take Kindred, we're just going to lock Hecarim Yuumi. They had it already thought out. That's a little concerning if you...
Yeah, I don't really, I'm not a big fan. Sylas is up. I would be down to see a Sylas pick. This champion is
broken.
Still really broken. I feel like anything with healing ever since, what's it called? What's that patch called? The durability patch. Anything with healing is just broken.
Yeah, Sylas is just one of those champs where he can do everything. He has CC, he has sustain, he can steal other people's ults, so he can just, you know, he can engage, he can do all that kind of stuff. So, really versatile champ. And you're seeing a lot of laners at Worlds just blind pick Sylas just because of how broken the champ is. And then Nautilus coming out here, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I know on paper Nautilus is a counter into Yuumi because you can just ult the Yuumi. Or like ult the person who has Yuumi on them to force them off. But at the same time, when you blind pick Nautilus like this, you're open to getting countered in some sense. Like you can pick certain ADCs that can stop that. Like I know some people pick like Senna into it. I don't know. I don't really know what beats Nautilus actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. But as Yuumi is the response here.
I think picking Nautilus and Yuumi is fine.
I feel like every team that has Ezreal has like looked like it's not done anything.
Yeah, I agree. Champion's fake.
Yeah. Samira ban. I mean Samira is a combo champ with Nautilus. You could also probably maybe see a Kai'Sa ban come out here from UT.
Dang, I wish we could see Samira. All right,
Samira would be so fun.
I know. I don't know if Deathly's mastered Nyla, but I want to see it. Actually, there's no way they picked Nyla here.
Yeah, there's no way. I would be down to see a Kai'Sa though because Deathly has.
They already banned Kai'Sa.
Oh wait.
It's 4 ADC bans. Can I get a 5th AD carry ban on the red side? Oh, that's gonna make it. That's gonna be 5 bans against Deathly. A bit tragic there.
That's actually so tragic.
But Yoshiwi still has Nasus up, so
yeah, who really won? You know.
Maybe they forgot.
Ari ban coming out from UT Deep, most likely. I don't know what the Ari ban is for. Cinder ban would make more sense because we saw it earlier.
Yeah, I think Cinder's really strong.
And Cinder has this like fear that he puts in the junglers where Cinder can just outsmite the jungler, and we saw.
Oh my God, Orianna instantly locked in for UT.
And I guess it makes sense. You put the ball on Hecarim goes in, and you just ult, and it's a free engage.
The horse will be delivering the ball.
Yeah. Wait, imagine they just lock Shen 5th pick for UT, or like Nocturne top or something. I don't know.
Oh, Jinx is the pick here. That'd be pretty interesting. There are a lot of 80 carries banned, so we're getting down to the crazy picks here of the 80 carry pool.
I actually don't mind a Jinx. It's just such a simple champ, but Jinx in and of itself can function without needing too much setup. You just get one reset, you can win a fight. So
come on, Yoshiwi. I know you're not gonna go out of CLoL picking Gnar. Come on, let's see the dog.
Let's see the Nasus. Come on.
But yeah, it looks like they are gonna not lock in Gnar here, and this is gonna be the draft that UTD is gonna try to begin the reverse sweep with.
Gnar
see if they can win 3 games in a row after this. Yeah. Irelia would be a good pick here.
Yeah, Irelia would be a great pick here. Irelia is stylistically a counter to Gnar. It's one of the few champions that can actually get on top of mini Gnar and punish him. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Vladimir. That would be interesting. Vladimir Yuumi is definitely a pretty cool
actually
combination
really like
of champions
as well.
Yeah, they don't have great they have a lot of healing on a UT with Vlad, Yuumi, Hecarim, and there's not like a great person that is applying it for UTD here.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I guess you can build that Grievous Wounds ADC item on Jinx, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't really know what else you can do. Vlad, I like Vlad here because the only other source of magic damage that UT has is Orianna, and Orianna doesn't necessarily care about being the solo AP threat. So having both Vlad and Orianna makes sense. I don't know how the lane is into Nara. I know it's probably not like losing for Vlad. I'm assuming it's even. Otherwise, like, why would you pick it? It's an interesting champ. You don't see it very much these days.
UTD definitely going to be picking the center composition here. UTE is going to attempt to scale, as they've been doing for like the past 2-3 games.
Dude, someone needs to link LSC's games, bro. I swear. LS has its new favorite CLoL team.
I do like UT's composition here. I think it has like a lot of champions that the players are pretty good at. I do like Babarrel's Kindred is pretty good. I like Yoshi's Gnar. Silas is a broken champ. Grussel has proved he's pretty proficient on it. So I think they got the tools to take the game into their own hands.
Yeah, I actually like the approach that UCD is taking to this draft. They're like saying, okay, we're done with the enchanters. Let's just pick Nautilus. Let's just pick Engage. Let's just go in, get a pick, and kill people. Because that's what we've been doing. Like, that's how they've been getting those big gold swings. Like, earlier in the second game, they almost came back with the finding picks with Sejuani, right? So I think with Nautilus, you have a better angle to find those picks like you were doing before. So maybe UTD could stylistically, play the game better and play it more to how they want to play the game. So I'm a fan of it. That being said, UT's draft is definitely scary. They have Vlad, which is not a champ you see every day. You have Ezreal, Yuumi, which honestly, I don't care about the Ezreal. Yuumi's the scary part, especially when you have both Orianna and Hecarim. Hecarim can take the Orianna ball, carry into the fights. Orianna uses ult, wins a team fight, and Yuumi with Hecarim is terrifying.
There's a lot of scary Yuumi targets. You got Vlad is scary with Yuumi, Hecarim scary with Yuumi, Ezreal scary with Yuumi.
Yeah.
So I'm very terrified of UT's draft here. It is. It's a church draft, low-key.
I think we'll be going to spectator delay pretty soon, so...
Yep. We'll go on a break until we get into the game.
Be right back.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep. can't be jumping out my seat for everybody's mind and needs. No, that don't make me selfish, baby. That don't make me mean. I got my own life. I got my own life. I can't be worried about no spacecraft, no artificial beat. No, that don't make me nervous, baby. That don't mean a thing. I got my own life. I got my own life. And you should get a life of your own now. I got my own life. I got my own life. And you should get a life of your own now. I got my own life. I got my own life. Cellular car, keep talking. Ain't saying nothing. Got 100 million problems. You just wanna share some of it, man. Middle finger to the sky, I wave. 00, not a single fuck given today. And more commas, need more dollars. I've been running up the mileage, bitch. I'm on a paper chase. Ain't nobody trying to carry my weight. I'm just trying to get a hold of my face. I can't be jumping out my seat for everybody's mind and needs. No, that don't.
Welcome to game point here. UT only needs to win one more game to go to the CLoL finals. And UTD has a long road ahead of them if they are to make it to Sunday.
Looks like they'll be going for a cheeky level 1. They will get spotted here though. Hackerim does see them. And I guess it'll be maybe a word place the recall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Back to oh, it might be a counter invade for
See, I think we're going down in the red brush.
Level 1 pink ward buy, so a little interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. See if they can get the value out of that information. We're gonna see Nautilus walking here. Oh, no. Oh wow, he could have spotted that pink ward out. We'll see if he finds it. I don't think so though.
That pink ward might get so much. Oh, he sees that one though. That's pretty good. They're gonna get a little too faster because of that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They're gonna pick up the ward here. It gives a little bit of experience. Looks like the junglers are gonna be starting on opposite sides. Hackerim starting bot side, pathing top. Kindred starting top side, pathing bot. So some conflicting jungle paths here.
And it looks like Yuumi is actually making a little bit of it for the Hackerim.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish my support would do that for me. So
Well, maybe you haven't earned it.
yeah, I'm really interested to see how this top lane matchup is gonna go. You got the Airy, Ignite, Ghost, Vlad top. Now,
Yeah, Yoshi's gapped.
okay, so you know how Duo King 1 was like in that LoL UCD tournament, right?
Well, it wasn't actually Duo King 1.
Or not the the other Duo King, you know what I'm talking about.
The top lane guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had our gold like mid laner play against him, and he went Ignite, Ghost, top Vlad, and solo killed him level 1. Like, it was actually a menace.
Oh my dude. Early game Vlad is putting on the hurt. Yoshi's gotta be careful. Vlad does have Ignite.
Yeah. Telling you, this Vlad champ's a menace.
But yeah, bot lane is going how it's been going the whole series. Definitely getting the advantage early on in the game.
Look at this hacker in clear speed. Almost done a full clear. Probably will get done with the bugs by 315. Kindred does have the same here.
Yeah, Kindred wants to. Kindred doesn't have the clear speed to clear all of her camps before Crab spawns, but you kind of have to be ready to fight Crab when it spawns because you can get those early marks and still wall on Kindred. It's pretty disgusting. So.
Yeah, and this control ward is getting so much value. Kindred just walks right by it. Isn't even. And I guess this is great vision for UT. They can just, they know that they can just
unfortunately, the mark is gonna spawn on the top side of the map where Barrel isn't, so gonna lose the flip there. Hackerim should know that Kindred is bot side because they were seen on the ward here, but it looks like they might go for the dive here. Big wave that Yoshiwi has to take care of. Hackerim is ghosting in for the kill. See if Yoshiwi can do anything about it. Gonna take so much damage from the E and just gonna straight up go down to Vladimir. Great start for UT, but Yoshiwi is gonna be I'm crying on that one. You're gonna be so hard to play it from this point.
Yeah, this is really rough because now Vlad has a kill and double the farm, and he also got denied some of the farm as well from that huge wave crashing under his tower when he died. So we'll TV back, we'll get some of it back, but yeah, if you're Nar here, it feels really bad. Vlad coming up with a full Hextech alternator. It's a huge power spike for Vlad.
Yeah, Yoshui didn't even really have the chance to flash. Just knew he was dead there. Really good foresight from the Hecarim to just go for the kill there. And he still picks up the crab anyways, so... Pretty unfortunate for UTD. It's going to be so hard for Gnar to play this game. And Vlad gets ahead, it's going to be very difficult for the entire game.
And again, UTD's bot lane is just winning really hard in lane here, so... There's just a huge CS lead. It's I think it's about 14 CS, yeah. So... Ezreal Yumi really has to play back. Barrel fighting.
Oh my. Yeah, we'll see if Kendrick can win this. The bot lane's going to have the first move here. Mid will arrive. We'll see if they try to fight it. Ezreal did Arcane Shift into the fight. Is in a very weird spot here. Trap's going to cut him off and see if they try to kill him. He does still have Flash up. He's not going to use it. Just going to go down. Oh, wait, he did try to Flash.
Wow.
Just died. Hecarim getting really low too. Jinx will pick up that kill, so...
Huge
UTD getting 2 kills here on the bot side of the map, looking to offset that top lane disadvantage that they're already in.
Getting this Jinx a kill is exactly what you want if you're a UTD fan. Getting definitely these kills early will just allow him to snowball his advantage even more. And again, Jinx with the lead. Jinx is again one of those champs that like scales insanely hard. When you get 1 kill in a fight with Jinx, you can just carry the entire fight. So.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, Yoshui is pretty down bad here on the top side of the map. He's got a sword to the X-Tech alternator. Vlad is about double his CS, but you know, I think with Jinx getting the kill, that's like an advantage that I'm willing to maybe take a chance on.
And the thing with Vlad is these items are so much more efficient on him because he can convert health to AP. Yeah. So alternator having both stats is super insane for Vlad.
I agree.
Maybe we'll get a hook here with the slow. Jeez, that chunk.
Yeah, gonna pick up a plate here. Yoshui is having such a rough time. Luckily, Hecarim is not on this side of the map to convert on this advantage right now. But yeah, it's looking pretty rough here. But I do trust that Jinx Nautilus can do a lot of work in this game. If you unlock Nautilus to move around the map early, he can really make a huge difference early on in this game. Definitely a lot more than a Yuumi. But looks like we're going to get a Hex Flash behind. Hecarim is here to counter gank this. Ezreal does get low. Is Hecarim going to look for the fight here? He is going to go in onto Nautilus here. Kindred has arrived now. Red team's starting to get pretty low here. Ticking down. Will they be able to pick up Hecarim? It looks like they are not going to be able to do that. But yeah, pretty scrappy fight coming down here in the bot lane. But nobody will go down.
Honestly, really well played from Admis to like see that fight coming out and to cover it. Ran straight from his top side there just to go, or after clearing wolves, he just ran straight bot lane before seeing the fight break out. So.
Yeah, if you just gotta think if Nautilus hit the hook there, I think Ezreal dies there 100% of the time. But even though it like still almost worked out, if Hecarim is like not as close as he was at the beginning of that fight, then I don't think they live there. It might be a double kill. So,
yeah,
super good from Hecarim to show up there.
Again, I mean,
oh my god, big Orianna ult coming down, but Barrel really low here. Hecarim ult, wait, oh, that was Silas, my bad. Yeah, it looks like Orianna Shockwave gonna lead into a kill in the mid lane, winning the 2v2, and then Vlad gonna pick up a solo kill on Gnar on the top side.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Yoshi. He dies under his own tower to the Vlad solo. Vlad burning both stumps in the process, but still a net positive for Vlad. To deny Yoshi even more farm here. It's just rough to play Gnar here.
Yeah, it's really rough to play Gnar here. Mini Gnar has pretty awful base stats, especially compared to Mega Gnar, so he takes a lot of damage on these pokes in the trade. That's why like ranged matchups are usually pretty favorable against Gnar. And I guess like I don't really think of Vlad as like an early game champion, but it seems to be working out as a pretty good matchup into Gnar. I haven't really seen it.
Yeah, what he's doing is he's waiting for his bar to fill up, and then just pressing Q and just running away.
Yeah.
And it's like, it seems so simple, but it's so effective here. Like, what does Gnar do against that, right? You can't auto-ute, because Vlad can just W and get out, so can't really trade back. Feel really obnoxious.
Yeah, it is really yeah, it's so hard to play for Gnar. He's having to go Murtreads to sort of mitigate his losses. And while bot lane is ahead, and they're probably going to pick up this dragon, this Vlad seems so unleashed. On top of the fact that Hecarim got a kill in the mid lane, and Orianna's picking up a slight CS advantage on top of Silas.
It looks like Herald will be secured for UP here, and there is a huge CS lead actually in the jungle. Hecarim has just been running around farming his camps like a madman, and Kindred really hasn't been able to do much.
Yeah, Kindred is able to pressure them off the tower. Gonna pick up a couple plates here. We'll see Hecarim is walking into the side of the jungle. I don't think they're gonna end up fighting for anything. Kindred and the mid laners are looking like they're just gonna go back to their sides of the map. Hecarim gonna pick up all of his camps here, and then we got Dragon is very far off, so don't really have too much to look forward to. Herald and Dragon were just traded in like the last couple minutes.
Look at this wave state top lane.
Top lane is going to continue to win this lane, and bot lane is going to probably continue to push their advantage. But I think I favor the Vlad winning these team fights than the Jinx, at least currently.
Yeah. I mean, like, when you're this behind in top lane, you can't ever walk up past your tower, because if you disrespect the jungler even a little bit, you just die, especially without your flash. So
yeah, it's a little easier for at least the bot lane still has like Yuumi, so there's still a lot of value coming there. Like this Gnar is gonna have such a rough time providing value, but it looks like the chains are gonna land onto the Orianna here, but gonna have to flash and ult to escape the gank.
Really nice chains coming here from Grussel. Finds that flash burn onto the Orianna. Bit of a nice trade coming out here from
Ezreal's no arcane shift here, but he does have flash. We'll see if they try to dive him here. Ult's gonna come out. The ult is gonna miss from Nautilus. He's getting really low here. Looks like Yuumi will pick up the kill, but I think Jinx could easily trade this back. We'll see if it works out. We're gonna pan up to the top lane while Yoshiwi gets dived. Gonna make Vlad 3-0 here. Kindred is here to secure the kill on the cat. Ult's gonna come out. Will it save her life? Probably not, and is gonna go down here, but Beryl gonna use the ult to save himself from the tower damage. But yeah, we have Herald here on the top lane, so the entire tower I think is just gonna go down here. Jinx should be able to trade the tower back, but the first tower advantage will go over to red side. And yeah, we're just seeing more trades from top and bot here, but top lane seems to be getting just more and more ahead, while bot lane is just not getting quite as ahead.
Yeah, I mean, these cross maps are like working out. Like at least they're getting something out of it, but every time there's a play happening, UT is just getting more out of it. Like the Herald was dropped topside, they got a tower, they also got a second charge on the tier 2, so really good stuff for UT here in the early game. And they'll get out, only having to burn a ghost on Vlad here. Vlad will probably be able to base here and honestly get an item, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this should be Hex Tech for him. I think Jinx should also have an item here. Gonna pick up Gale Force and Greaves here. Yeah, Jinx actually has more gold than Vlad here, but Hecarim has picked up a lot of advantages off the coattails of Vlad. So I think that UT has pushed the advantage more from their top lane. Right. And that's where you're getting that 1.5k gold lead. And UTD does have the first dragon, so if they're able to somehow flip the dragon fight in their favor with like a big Jinx pop-off, then I think we can look to see maybe a more even game. But then again, UT does have the favorable teamfight composition later on. So.
And it looks like UT is no longer Alice's favorite CLoL team. There's a Night Harvester purchased here for Vladimir.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure... I don't know, Night Harvester is pretty commonly built on Vladimir though, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but a lot of people say that Hex Tech is like better because you can do more damage with a dash, because that's like... I think it's a percentage more damage after you hit people with the dash. I think that's how that works.
Yep.
So I don't really know. I don't know the numbers, but a lot of people who know more about the game than me have ran the numbers on it. So
yeah, I feel like usually there's not like a super big question in like whether you should build Night Harvester or Hex Tech on most chance. Most chance go Hex Tech, but maybe there's something about like Vlad or Night Harvester's better. He likes like the cooldown passive or like
the movement speed.
The movement speed makes a big difference for him.
Yeah,
but it looks like they're gonna try to dive Sonder here in the mid lane. He does not have flash, and he's gonna be picked up by Grussel here. But Yoshiwi is getting harassed by 3 people on the top side of the map here. Will go down to a Hecarim Yuumi.
Oh, Yuumi almost dies there.
Yuumi took some tower shots there and almost paid very dearly for it. So they're gonna pick up some plates in the mid lane here, but if Vlad picks up this tier 2 in the top side of the map, he will get a huge injection of gold. Beryl and a TP are coming to cover it, but I think he should still get the tower. We'll see if they get the kill here. Hecarim and Yuumi are still up here. It's a 2v3. Russell taking very low here, probably going to go down. Vlad going to go on a rampage here, and Yuumi is powerless. Not Yuumi. Kindred's powerless to do anything to stop this.
And this is just like disgusting for Vlad now because you can just have Yumi sit on top of him and just one shot anyone at this point. So pretty rough. Yoshi not having the greatest game ever, but hey, sometimes it'd be like
Dragon is also looking like it's gonna go to UT here, but there is gonna be a hook from Nautilus coming onto Vlad, but there are 4 people here and they don't really have any follow-up. Yujun getting really low here, might go down, gonna have to pop the Kindred ult to save him. And Jinx is in a really bad spot, kind of surrounded by only red team members here. Gonna go really low, Ezreal gonna pick up the kill. And yeah, they're fighting in the top side of their bottom jungle here, but looks like they're just gonna be poked really low and UT should pick up the dragon here.
Definitely was just so out of position there. He was pincer between 2 members of the red team, tried to fight the Orianna and get out, but just unfortunately doesn't work and gets blown up for it, so real unlucky. I'm glad that Deathly decided to not burn his flash there. He kind of just accepted the fact that he was dead in that situation, so good awareness from Deathly.
Yeah, he got into a super bad position there. He was, I don't exactly know what he was doing before, but he was kind of like hovering in that bot side jungle and just kind of got surrounded by red members, so he was unable to do anything. And I do have some updates about Vladimir. I looked up the op.gg builds, and nobody builds, at least in solo queue, nobody builds Hex Tech.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Again, I don't play Vladimir. I don't know this, but yeah. Seems like majority of people are building Night Harvester on Vladimir, so.
Yeah, there's no builds on op.gg that show Hex Tech. That is what you make of it. Ooh, Ezreal almost going down there to the Nautilus and Jinx. Oh my, gonna have to flash away from the rocket. Gale Force rocket almost picks up Ezreal there. Burning his flash, getting really weak. He will survive.
Might have been able to flash and kill Ezreal there, but I think that would have been...
I think it would have been a couple more autos and they didn't have enough information to make the play.
Yeah.
Very close to being disastrous.
Almost terrible for the Ezreal there, but it works out in the end.
Looks like there's going to be a lot of people here in the river. Hecarim is going to be hooked up here, but I don't know if there's not really a reason to fight here for UTD. Hecarim's going to engage onto Kindred. She's getting really low, going to flash away from the Orianna ult, actually. And Hecarim will pick up get his shutdown taken by Jinx. Vlad is on the flank here, ghosting towards the team. If he gets this ult, it'll be really huge here, but he is going to get hooked. Is he going to have time to burn the pool? He is. He's just going to have to run away, but his team has arrived, so it looks like they might actually fight it. Yumi ult is going to come down. Silas is in a pretty bad position. We'll probably go down here in a second, but... yep, we'll go down.
That is so broken. Did you see that? He had 1 HP. He gets his ult combo off. He gets all that healing, goes back to half health. Kills 2 people. Just your typical Vlad gameplay right here.
Yep.
Yeah, also just completely smurfing on this champion.
Yeah, for sure. Vladimir looking so strong. He just runs at the runs into blue team at 5 strong and does not care. He gets caught by everything and just pools, and then he's like, my Yumi's here, I'll be fine. It's just so gross.
Yeah, now at this point in the game, again, it's looking like a pretty solid lead for UT. It's not that UTD is completely out of it though. Jinx does have a lot of gold. Does have a lead in the lane, in the isolated lane, but again, Pulse is just so unleashed on this top side of the map.
Yeah, Hecarim is getting a lot of items here. Kindred does pick up her Kraken Slayer, but yeah, I don't know. Yumi, Vlad, I think are just gonna run this game over. It's so hard for these fights to be won by UTD.
Yeah, Burrow gets chunked out really heavily by that Orianna Q there.
I might try to dive it here. Hex Splash is gonna go nowhere. Should be fine. Again, Orianna knows that they want to do something here. Yoshiwi gonna have to teleport down to defend the bottom tower. Oh no, did he TP out? Never mind. Okay, I misviewed that. Okay, yeah. Silas gonna TP out to avoid dying to Hecarim. Yeah, we're gonna pick up a top tower here for Gnar, but looks like, oh no, never mind. Yeah, this red side shouldn't get anything. They did get the bot tier 1 just a little bit ago, but they're not gonna get the bot tier 2. And it looks like Gnar should be able to clear this top tier 1. Orianna is here. Tower's pretty low. Yeah. Okay, never mind. He's not gonna opt to take it right now.
And I mean, UT does still have this Rift Herald on the Kindred. I don't know if they can get anything out of it. Get an objective.
Oh, Hecarim stole away Kindred's blue buff. She is very sad. at like a 60 CS deficit.
Yeah, Kindred is one of those champs where you need your team to have like some kind of prior or some kind of lead, especially your mid jungle, or not your mid jungle, your mid and your top, because yeah, it just has to place it on the Rift Herald. Doesn't really get in a good spot to use it anyway.
Yeah, it's probably expiring soon.
Yeah. I don't even know what you can do here in this situation. I guess you'd probably look at the map and try and get.
It looks like they'll claim mid-tier 1, but they have such a hill to climb in terms of gold lead. It's like a 5k gold lead here. Even with the... maybe it's like... it goes down to a little over a 4k gold lead with the Herald drop, but it's still so hard to play. Vlad is just so unleashed. 6-0, on his way to a death cap, 2 items. There's just nobody who can stop this Vlad. Gnar is having a really tough game. Doesn't really have the items to team fight the way he wants to.
Vlad is so confident he bought a Dark Seal at 20 minutes in the game. That's confidence right there.
Well, I saw the last team fight. It doesn't look like he will be dying very easily. And yeah, UT is going to pick up this dragon uncontested. I don't think... There's going to be some pings onto Baron here. I wonder if they'll start it. I'm going to assume not. Oh, wow. They're going to get spotted out by Ezreal here. It looks like they're going to quickly turn away, but Beryl getting very low off the Baron and the Ezreal ult, so...
The will disengage that Baron.
Yeah,
I mean, he really just has to look for something at this point. Like that. If they were able to like maybe flip the Baron and get like a Baron there, it might be they can do something. But I don't know. It seems pretty rough.
Yep, it's going to be the second dragon for UT. I think UTD picked up the first one, but it'll be very difficult for them to pick up any more in this game. UT will slowly build towards that Infernal Dragon win condition. But honestly, I feel like this game could be ended by like a Baron or anything pretty fast.
And you know, if there's anything for the side of UTD to look forward to, I think Jinx getting an Infinity Edge would probably be a huge power spike for the side of UTD. If you can get a pick, Jinx might actually be able to run over a team fight with 3 items. So maybe there's that to look forward to. And we do have a pause. It's for a connection problem probably. So there was a lag in the chat. So yeah. Ezreal. I mean, like these builds look pretty stock standard. Nothing's too interesting. Hex Drinker coming up for Gnar is like kind of sad, but you kind of have to do it at this point to not get one shot by the Vlad. I think it's also gonna be a wit send for Kindred as well. Yeah, this Vlad is really. Not only does he have an insane amount of gold, but he's taxing the enemy team just by making the build MR. Even though like the rest of the team, like Hecarim and Ezreal, don't really do magic damage that much, so kind of sucks to build those items. Yeah, it feels pretty bad if you're UTD here.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough position. I think UT will just continue to get objectives. Maybe there'll probably be some sort of Baron play where they'll force UT to fight them, or they'll just keep stacking dragons and slowly building their advantage. But UT is going to have to make a pretty bold play to get back into this one. But objective bounties are a thing, so maybe it's just one Jinx kill into a team fight pop off, and they're on their way to a victory.
I mean, it's not the first time we've seen it from North American AD carry with Jinx. The Danny Jinx.
Oh, yeah, his replacement.
Yeah. Come on, we can't talk about that. And,
yeah, this is just like from the pause. It just like lags a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, not much is happening here. We can look at the items. We got Ezreal on 2 items, Jinx on 2.5, Orianna on 2 items to Silas's like components in Everfrost. It's just like it's like an item advantage almost everywhere except bot lane, and it's like even in bot lane it's like a couple components on Ezreal, maybe like a couple thousand gold, but nothing too significant. So even though Jinx is ahead here, it's like pretty hard to press the advantage.
If I'm definitely in this game, I'm telling my team, like, hey, I need to get IE before I can do anything. Don't get caught, don't get picked. Wait for me to get IE, and then maybe we can look for something. But
yeah, if Jinx gets IE, I think, and they get like one miracle team fight, like maybe it's possible, but it's like low-key a little bit of copium.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Hecarim is onto Silas here. 3 people on top of him, but he is going to be able to flash over the wall
That was such a good flash, actually.
That was a good flash. I think I would have missed that.
Yeah, I would have died there, 100%.
Trying to pick Ezreal here. There are a lot of team members around. He's going to get pretty low. Hecarim and Yuumi going to go down onto Kindred, going to force out Lamb's Respite. Kindred in a pretty bad spot here, going to get picked up by Hecarim. Vlad is onto the back line. Grussel is in the middle of the team after his teleport. Going to ult Yun, but I don't think damage is going to do anything to him. He's going to pool, quickly heal everything up. Hecarim, Yuumi chasing everybody down. Yoshui is hobbling out of the fight. Will actually manage to escape. Definitely is trying to do damage while exhausted. Hecarim is turning onto him. Can Jinx do anything? Oh my, just doesn't have enough damage to get through this Hecarim Yuumi on the front line of UT, and they are going to 4-0 them in this fight and probably turn to Baron.
Yeah, looks like it will be a basically free Baron for UT here. Only person alive is Yoshui, and Yoshui can't really do much on his items, so.
Yeah. Kindred gonna respawn here after dying early on in the fight. Maybe Kindred tries to steal this, but it's so difficult. Kindred is so squishy without her ult.
Yeah. Doesn't even have flash either, so you got this Q and raw. Don't die.
Yeah, somehow sneak around the side of the Baron pit. Yeah, and this is like an 8k gold. This is the biggest gold lead I think we've seen in the series so far. So UT looking like they're gonna take the 3-0 low-key, so. Pray, you can pray in chat for UTD, but it is going to be a long uphill battle if they're looking to make this a series.
Yeah, I mean, again, Jinx still doesn't have IE. Probably needs what? Like, how much gold do you think is Jinx is sitting on? Can we see? 900 gold. So she has sword. She needs pickaxe plus another 1k. Yeah, she's still like 1k gold off.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of gold.
Yeah, you still need a lot before this Jinx can even remotely go online.
Yeah.
And look at this Ezreal build. Ezreal like knows that it's not really the carry in this game, so it's going.
Maybe they'll pick out Orianna here. She's pretty caught. Flash is gonna get her out alive. Maybe pick up Kindred. Leandri's burning, but we'll probably heal off the. Nope.
Oh.
20 minions. Okay. Oh, it happens.
Oh,
I mean, you gotta try to make a play to get some semblance of a foothold in this game, but and you know sometimes that happens when you try to make the play to win the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, Viverl is about as strong as the minions I killed him at this point. So.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get behind on jungle. You get on you have food stamps for your gold.
Yeah, if you become weaker than
the enemy team starts like taking your jungle camps, then you can't really play.
So yeah, Russell does have Hecarim here. Maybe you can look for something. Maybe Ezreal.
Yeah, maybe they can kill Vlad. Okay, Hex Splash over the wall onto Hecarim. Vlad is going to arrive very shortly. Hecarim is getting low. We'll see if they can take him out. Ult will not save him. The Silas will pick up the kill, but trade his life himself. And yeah, even though there's only 3 members here to UTD's 4, everybody is low. Vlad is just straight running at the team. He does not care. The E is going to come down and going to pick up Nautilus. See if he picks up Yoshiwi too. Picks up Nautilus on the backside of it. He's set up against the tower. Will go down to Kindred. And yeah, Ezreal will also go down to Kindred. Going to get a double kill, but you know, it's still pretty difficult for them to do anything. They're going to pick up the inhibitor and probably the Infernal Dragon.
Okay, honestly, I thought that the game was completely over, but now it's only somewhat over.
Yeah, Yoshiwi's Gnarl actually going to lead to Pulse's demise there, but it's probably just a little bit of cope at this point. It's so hard to come back from this.
Yeah, because now UG can just walk straight to Infernal Dragon if they want. They can take that. They can go hoover up all of these jungle camps, buy them all the gold.
I think Kindred will actually get her rub buff here. I think it'll be fine.
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, Kindred's scaling this.
Gonna pick up a Wit's End. Second item at 26 minutes here.
Huge. And hey, look, the Jinx is IE.
The Jinx has IE. It's winnable, guys. Don't look at Vlad's items.
Don't look at the gold.
Don't look at Vlad's items. Don't look at Ori's items. Don't look at Hecarim's items. Yeah, everybody is about on 3 items here, except for Yuumi, but that's the support. I mean, I guess you can consider it like support item plus Medjai's. That's like 3 items. Jinx ult not gonna steal it, and Soul Point will go over to UT.
Picking up 2 Infernal Dragons on top of the Hex Tech Dragon. Have a lot of bonus damage from these permanent buffs. Will speed in, has no fear whatsoever. Jinx just tickling Hector in terms of damage. Why does this Vlad look so tanky? It's not legal.
Yeah, that's like a little. That's like almost 4K health onto Vlad with a cat. That's pretty fun.
A little bit like Cho'Gath right now.
Yeah, you like Cho'Gath?
Yeah. Bottom right.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're just gonna put Orianna ball on Hecarim. Hecarim will just press a ghost, run in.
Yeah, we'll see if Vlad looks for a bit of a. See if he instigates here.
A little bit of engage instigation.
Last star from UTD standing. We're gonna get a big hook out from Nautilus, which actually does end up catching Orianna here. There are some low red health bars on the other side of the fight, but actually, could it be winning? Vladimir is still full health, but you know, that is 3 kills for UTD, a lot more than we've been seeing most of the game. Yoshiwi's going to go in and immediately flash out, but Barrel will be the last one alive. It'll be pretty difficult for him to defend here. So many minions crashing onto the turrets of UTD. The Nexus towers are going to begin to fall. And that I think that's just the game there. Ezreal and Vlad are going to take it against the Kindred. That's going to be GG. Well played to UT, going to take the 3-0. UTD tried to play some close games. It didn't quite go their way. But good luck to UT in tomorrow's finals.
Yeah, good luck to UT, GG's. They just look so solid in their mid-late game like setups and their objective plays. They were always first on the objective. They had the stronger, a lot of times the winning lanes as well. It looked pretty rough for UT in that series, but again, UT just played better. So.
Yeah, it kind of looked like bot would get an advantage for UTD, and then top would get an advantage for UT, but it felt like the jungler was able to sort of scrape out more advantages from his winning lanes, and even his like losing lanes. Like in the first game, he had like a great counter gank onto bot lane that led to like a big advantage for UT. And then I think even though that UT's bot lane lost, like I'd say like they lost lane all 3 games, they were able to like pick supports and AD carries that still made them relevant in the game. So good drafting from UT, good play, and yeah, we'll catch UTD next semester for CLoL. Hopefully they'll be more successful.
Yeah, hopefully. But you know what? I think that the series did look better as it did go on, so a little bit of cope there, but
yeah, I think Pulse played really well, especially in like the last 2 games. I think on like the Gnar, he was able to turn his advantage into a win there. I think on the Vladimir, he just completely took over the game. Even in the Mundo game where like he got solo killed, he was like still a complete menace to the UTD backline. So I gotta respect the play from Pulse.
Yeah, Pulse played so well, especially that second game. That Gnarl was so insane. Like he 4-man Gnarl, that's always insane. So yeah, big ups to UT. I think that's probably gonna be it from us here today.
Yeah, that'll be it for our broadcast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when the next game is. Just keep an eye out for the announcements channel in UTD Esports Discord for when UTD plays. But that'll be it for us. Thank you guys for watching.
Run and jump to the other side. We can make that right. We won't fall, you and I. You know we can fly. Have all along. Don't prove me wrong. Tell me you won't let me down again. Don't let me down again. Fool me once, fool me twice. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Run and jump, roll the dice. Please don't waste my time.